What is going on, folks? Semi-original guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advance Wars by Web, bringing you some brand new stuff here today, folks. Some brand new stuff indeed. Now, for those of you that don't know, over on the official Advance Wars by Web Discord, my friend Valior, aka Barry, has been hosting a 2 versus 2 tournament, an open tournament for all people who wanted to join. Now, we've got a lot of submissions and a lot of people that actually joined, so it was pretty cool indeed. But so far, some of the round 1 maps have been going on, and a lot of them are finished. Not all of them are finished, but enough of them are finished that I feel like it could be a good time to go ahead and showcase a bunch of them. Now, just forewarning, folks, forewarning. These are going to be games that are all on the exact same map. So there might be some repeats of, maybe techniques. Might get a little bit repetitive, but I think we have enough players and enough uniqueness and diversity here that we're going to be seeing a lot of different plays from all these players. Hello, Barry. Speaking of Barry, there's Barry right there, folks. Valior, Mr. Barry himself. Very cool. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. And Mace Windex, to answer your question, the low funds tournament, I will be releasing the low funds games one at a time after Christmas. So starting on the 26th and all the way until the finale, it's going to be every single day. You're going to be getting a low funds game up until New Year's. So that's what it's going to be. So it should be pretty cool, folks. Anyways, let's pop over here into Dual Destinies. Boom, get my thingamabobber out of here so you don't have to look at that. Hello, cannon fodder. And what about the Vancouver trade? I have no idea what that is or what's going on. So that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. If it was something, I'm not sure what's actually going on with that. Anyways, folks. So we have a game here. Now, unfortunately, I think it was something like, what is it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe like 8 or like 9 or 10 games have actually been completed in round 1. But I think like 3 of them were like timeouts, and they were kind of like early timeouts. So I'm not really going to be featuring those at all because it's not really worth it, It's not really worth it. But these are the games that actually did go far enough to reach a conclusion, and a pretty epic conclusion at that. So, first match that we got here. What are we seeing here? Mine was those 3. Alright. Okay, so the first game that we have here is Mr. Steeler and Mr. MWB, who are teamed up, and they are playing against TYC and Dupree. Wow, that was a lot of rhyming, actually. I didn't even expect that. All right, so there we go, folks. There we go. That's who we got here. Now, I think probably the favorites to win here would be these guys here, I think, but I'm not really too familiar with these fellas here. For all I know, maybe they could be really good. Maybe they're really good. But I know Steeler's really good, and MWB, I'm pretty sure, is like a pretty strong guy. He's a pretty strong guy. So, yeah, I think that's going to be something. So I'm not sure how it's going to go down, but we're going to check it out, folks. We are going to check it out. MC Cannon. Board looks cool. Board look cool. What board? In the chalkboard? You know what the chalkboard says today, folks? If anybody can read the chalkboard, they get a thumbs up from me. But the secret message is there, folks. So, go check it out. Anyways, folks, without further ado, let's go ahead and see what went down in this round 1 matchup between Steeler and MWB versus Dupree and TYC. Now, obviously, folks, on the first few days, it is just going to be the standard infantry builds because, you got to get them on the field. It is the #1 priority in Advance Wars by Web, after all, folks. Now, #2 priority in Advance Wars by Web. I don't know. Normally it's like and subscribe to the channel, but I don't really care about that too much today, folks. We're just going to be going in here. Now, everybody is facing the wrong way here, so I have absolutely no idea how we're going to be doing this. Guess we'll get these guys to face this way, and we'll get these guys to also face this way. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, this looks good. I like it. I like the way it looks right here, folks. Board says classy boy. It doesn't say classy boy. Not today. Oh, the state of your game before the 2v4, 2v2 before the dropout. Ah, yes, okay. Oh, I understand you now, Cannon Fodder. Yes, I do understand. I do understand. Hello, Sword. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. I was very sad to see a lot of the dropouts. But you know what? With the majority of tournaments, you know, you're always going to have some dropouts that happen. You know, it's just the way it goes. You know, there's not really too much you can do about it. Unfortunately. That is just the way of the road, folks. It's the way of the road. MWB does something kind of interesting here. I'm kind of curious about this move. So it's very, very small movement over here, folks. If you can see here, MWB, he only moves this infantry one space right here. Whereas, let's say, for example, TYC, he moves his infantry right here, which is a spot to connect to one of those two properties here. Or potentially go and grab the comm tower in 2 days, which is... I don't think you necessarily need to grab the comm tower right away. No, this match isn't happening right now. This is a replay of the match, Mr. Freaking Out on Audio. So this match is already concluded, but we're just going through a lot of the matches here today. So yeah, that's kind of like something that could happen here. But MWB, it looks like he's either maybe going for the airport, or probably just going for the airport. Like, that's what I would assume, because there's not really any other reason to put the infantry there, as far as I can tell. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Hello, Soul. Maybe I'm missing something with that move. I mean, MWB, he's a very, very strong guy. He's a very strong guy. He's one of those guys that you have to watch out for. Now, one thing that I did find is a lot of people went for this move right here, which is moving the infantry here, grabbing this, and grabbing the comm tower. Does seem like a pretty solid move right there to do that, because this base can't really launch an offensive for quite some time. You need this base to build up in order for you to actually launch an offensive over here. So we'll see how this one progresses here, folks. We shall see how it progresses. Alright, so Steeler immediately not doing the thing that I thought he was going to do. And he's going for one of those more contested properties. I guess that is also fair, because getting these side properties is pretty... It's almost guaranteed. It's not completely guaranteed, but it is almost guaranteed. But the fact that you're dealing with a Sammy over here, too. Sammy would be able to interrupt pretty hard if you go in for an interrupt, but... I mean, you're also not going to be able to interrupt any of her properties. So, I don't know. We'll see how that one goes. Mr. TYC. A standard development. I don't think there's really anything too out of the ordinary from there. Oh, that's kind of a bold move. Kind of a bold move. It looks like Dupree is actually... What is Dupree doing? It looks like he's going up here. And is he trying to grab the comm tower, or is he trying to grab this property right here? I would probably say, in this sense, just grabbing these properties is more towards your benefit than going for one of these properties. Like, Sam, like, she's actually not going to be able to grab any of these properties, actually, looking at that. I don't think that's going to happen at all. Artillery is a very, very nice buy over here from Steeler, too. Now, the obvious choice of the artillery is pretty obvious, but, I mean, the artillery, what you really want to be doing with that is it's going to zone out a lot of stuff, but the real goal of the artillery is to hit this guy really hard right here so that you can cap the comm tower. And Steeler playing as Sammy, yeah, Steeler playing as Sammy, too, so... I mean, if Steeler goes in for that capture, that's also not getting interrupted, so that's pretty strong. Very curious. Very curious. Interesting plays. Interesting plays so far. MWB going for the airport. The other thing, too, is I think the airport is, like, incredibly strong as well. So, I mean, any airports you get is super good. Super good. Especially once the funds start getting up there. And it looks like maybe what they're planning is actually for MWB to grab more properties than Sammy, because maybe they're expecting Steeler to be able to go out into the fray and actually be able to steal properties like a lot easier, and therefore they're giving MWB more of the safe properties so that they can focus more on combat later on. That could be it. MWB is a very talented map tester who trusts me every time I fight him. Indeed. Well, MWB is just one of those guys, Soul, you know? He's one of those guys that is really strong. So I could see that happening. Definitely see that happening. I haven't really helped too many people with maps. I've helped Dr. Nasty a couple times with maps. I like Dr. Nasty's maps. They're pretty fun. Pretty fun indeed. Alrighty, so double artillery over here from Steeler. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Tank over here from TYC. What is TYC potentially going to be able to do here? So it looks like he's progressing over here. He will be able to grab this property. Maybe he won't be able to grab that property because Steeler is going to be able to move the infantry in position next turn. He's got 7,500 bucks in the bank next turn. Oh yeah, I have to turn this on so I can actually charge my thingamajig. You don't know that, Cannon Fodder. He could be an actual doctor for all we know. Dr. McNasty, nasting up the place. Let's flip and go. Alright, so Dupree's going for the comm towers. What was I thinking? I was thinking about TYC here. Like, what is TYC's plan here? So TYC cannot safely get the comm tower. He can safely get this property right here. This property is not safe because Steeler's probably going to move here, is my guess, so that he can threaten both of these. But then the tank could come up here and do some stuff. Steeler's also not going to be able to buy a copter next turn. But I also don't think the Steeler's really planning on doing a whole lot of combat up north. I think he's thinking about just sitting back here, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he does. It is MWB's turn. And instead of going for the middle, like the northern middle, he's actually progressing down the side of the map, which is kind of interesting. All right, let's see what Mr. Steeler's going to do. All right, so he's not going to go for that northern property. He's putting the infantry actually further down. So this does actually put pressure on 3 cities here, so that's pretty cool. A doctor of furniture, if you will. Doctorate of Nastology. Yeah. So he's a carpenter. A wood doctor. Holy moly, folks. Alright. Steeler's getting something. Steeler's plotting over here, man. He's plotting. This, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is a nasty little plot. Oh my god. God, look at what this man is doing. So MWB right now is positioned to interrupt. Even if this goes and attacks, that's an interrupt. Then Sammy starts cap on the airport. Holy moly. If Sammy grabs that airport, that'll be nasty. I don't think that would have been possible if this infantry wasn't so far forward. This infantry went really far forward to go up here. Maybe if it was actually down here, this wouldn't have been possible, but this is looking pretty nasty. That's looking pretty nasty. All right, TYC as the Jakester. Also as the Jakester, folks. Oh, he only builds a mech. That's not gonna stop it. Oh, that's oh god. This is gonna be the nastiest flippin' airport grab of 2025. Oh, and like you can't stop it. He can't stop it either. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh my god, he just grabbed it. He grabbed the flippin' airport, folks.
In our game, they went double arty and had a similar idea, but I countered with a rocket.
That's flipping dirty. It's dirty. Did the rocket get bullied, though? That's the main question. I guess we'll find out, actually. Alright. Alright, Steeler is just pushing in. Like, that is uninterruptible. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And you know what? It wouldn't be so bad. Because, like, you know, you can just build an anti-air right there, folks. But the fact that MWB has this tank there, and there's now 2 RDs plus another RD coming, and another tank. Like, oh my God, this push is unreal. Absolutely unreal. And then TYC pushes in here. Does some good damage up north. At this point, you know, it might be more of a race to actually, like, take the opponent to HQ. Oh my God, if this was just an infantry, though. If it was just an infantry, this would have been completely ruined. Because that would have been a double right there. You could have been able to get that. And it would have been taken out. The mech buy, though. Oh, the mech buy. The classiest unit in Advance Wars by Web, folks. There we go. Alright. A little too late, though, unfortunately. I think it's a little bit too late to the party here, but oh my God, I can appreciate it. I can appreciate the classiest unit popping up here. And it's only day 6. Oh my God. Oh my God. Attacks the mech. Oh my God. Goes in for another interrupt. And up north, like, he doesn't even have to worry about anything. He takes a 6-6 trade. Not the greatest trade in Advance Wars, folks, but sometimes we take those trades. And that's what it's all about. Oh my God, Steeler, though. Steeler living up to the reputation, steals the flippin' airport. Well, he is definitely a Steeler. Oh my God, now he's base locked. Ew. Man, I'm lucky I didn't have to fight Steeler. If I had to fight Steeler in round 1, he did this to me. I would have been in the crying corner so fast. Oh, I would have been bad. Battlecopter buy over here from TYC. And the problem right now, too, is this is completely isolated. So these guys are not going to be effective at all because MWB is just going to be able to continuously build this line right here to the point where nothing is going to be able to get through. Takes out the infantry, attacks. Now it's Dupree's turn. Dupree takes out the tank. Okay, so medium tank is possibly going to get hit here. Is it actually, though? Wait a second. Wait. Oh my God. Okay, folks. Steelers got $13,500. 13,500 Advance Wars dollars in the bank right now. And he's got a forward airport. Oh my God. Like, if I was Steeler, I would just, like, full, like, double block. Like, I don't even know how you would block this, but some sort of a block right here. He's gonna buy the fattest flipping bomber right now, man. It's gonna be flipping huge. All right, let's see it happen. Predicting big old bomber action over here from Mr. Steeler. Builds tank, waits the unit. Oh my God, there it is. There it is. There it is. There's the bomber, folks. And now Dupree is going to be constantly stuck in a position where he's going to have to buy anti-airs, but he's also triple base locked. The medium tank is going to be destroyed next turn if it attacks, so that the anti-air can attack the bomber. And then the bomber's not even going to be destroyed. That is god-awful ruthlessness right here. Heyo!
Welcome to the stream, Elise. Takes out another infantry. Oh my lord. Alrighty, how's this one gonna go? Alright, medium tank on the road. This is going to do 5, right? It's gonna do 5. Yeah. See, I know my advanced wars, folks. 5 damage, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that is incredibly unfortunate, though. Like, insanely unfortunate. If Dupree buys an anti-air right now, all you do is you just focus fire the anti-air down. He buys a mech. Oh, that bomber. That bomber! Oh, the bomber is going to have so much fun. Tank goes in for the attack. Interrupts capture. Doesn't actually interrupt the capture because it's Sammy. But Steeler can just interrupt it even further here. Oh, yeah, this one is going to be a quick one, folks. This is a quick one. This is a replay, Mr. Elise. This one is a team battle. This is part of Valior's Dual Destinies team tournament that he's hosting on the Discord. Lots of the round 1 matches are complete, so we were just going to go over a bunch of them and just see what's going on. Like, he's capping with a flipping 4 HP infantry right now, folks. Like, what? What is this? Holy moly. That's a 4-day cap, by the way. It's gonna go through. Copt is coming down. Like, he would probably be better off just, Oh, no, he doesn't even have to forego the capture because he's got an infantry in position. Like, the cruiser is about to fall. See, I would say that things are, like, not... They're not totally lost, though. Okay. So, there is the possibility here of something happening. So, Dupree is pretty close to a victory march, right? So, what it really would take at this moment is for TYC to get these copters up here, and they gotta make a play to destroy the cruiser so that they can capture the headquarters. TYC being the first player, it is actually possible to go and do that. But I don't think that the damage calculators are really in his favor right now. So let's see what he's doing here. If you use a power super. Okay, so if he uses a power, he should be able to get the clear. But 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 4 days. Yeah, he's gonna get his headquarters capped in less time than 4 days. So yeah, no, this one's totally done. Totally done. All right, let's move past that right there. Let's see what comes next here. Oh, he sacrifices the copter into the carrier or into the cruiser, and Steeler goes for the capture. And that's the resign. Boom. Wow. That was nasty. that was a dirty game. Holy moly. Congratulations to Steeler and MWB though. Holy moly. That was crazy. That was crazy. Crazy little grab. That grab could have been stopped though if he built an infantry instead of the mech though. Like the mech. Definitely the mech and the infantry that kind of just went up here were kind of the two deciding factors here, because you can counter this with not too much effort. Like, it takes a little bit of effort, but as long as you bunker down into this area, like, you're not necessarily going to lose that base super quick or anything. I mean, really all you need is you just need to do what Steeler was doing up here with the mechs. You just need to mech yourself up over here and have yourself a good time. But good game between those guys. Good game indeed. So this is the next game that we have. So this one is between Who is this? WMN, Women Respecter? I'm going to say Women Respecter. I think that's what this fella's name is. Women Respecter and Luigisly. Luigisly. I think that's how you say his name. So, Women Respecter and Luigisly versus Dr. Nasty and Rezan. That's the one that we got here, folks. Alright. So, it looks like they both decided to basically do the exact same picks here. So, first player playing as Sammy, second player playing as Andy, which I like. I do like the idea of those two characters. So, that means Sammy's over here. And where is Andy? Andy's right here. And that means there is a Sammy right here. And Andy right there. So is that slightly different? I guess that's slightly different. So Andy's in the corner down here. Sammy's in the corner up here. Andy's in the corner up here. Sammy's down here. I like the idea of having Sammy in these corners right here. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. I guess we'll see. We'll see, folks, how this one goes. Cheering for Rezan, the generous charity donation, and Dr. Nasty, the maker of high-quality furniture. Yes. We have to root for our friends, Mr. Dr. Nasty and Rezan, but I mean, how can you not root for the Women Respecter and Luigisly also? I mean, these guys they got names, folks. They're good names. They're good names. I don't really know who's going to win. I don't really have necessarily too much opinion on who's going to win or not. I just want to have a good game. I just want to see the good games, folks. That's all it is. So let's go ahead and see what went down here. So obviously, standard Mick infantry of the builds, because you have to get them on the field, is #1 priority in Advanced by Web. We're going to make them look the other way this time. Ah, what a bunch of dorks. All right, folks, let's carry on. Women Respecter. So going for the inner cap instead of pushing the infantry out this time too, so that we automatically have a difference in movements here. So this is kind of cool. Kind of cool. Let's see how it plays out. Let's see how it works. Rezan. Going for the inner caps as well. Okay. Luigisly. Inner caps. Alright, so everybody's just going for the inner caps. So it looks to me like they have completely mirrored themselves. They've completely mimicked themselves. Everything is the same. It's like looking into a mirror. COs are the same. Moves are the same. I'm starting to think that maybe they might be a hive mind. I don't know. Alright, so we have a tank build. Infantry, tank build out of the center. Tank build. Okay. So, Women Respecter. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. We didn't build the tank out of here, folks. We ruined everything. Ruined everything. Alright, now Dr. Nasty and Rezan are going to win. Without a doubt. Calling it. Calling it right now. Actually, I don't even remember who wins this match. Why can't I press the button? There we go. Alright, day 4. Camping the property. Capping the airport. Going for the forward cap. Tank coming down. Pretty sure that is fairly safe. Yeah, that's looking safe. That's looking safe. Dr. Nasty. Busting out the fattest mech. Alright, folks. Sometimes it's what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta bust out the fat mech. Now, this mech is pretty good, though, because it does cover the tank right here, which is really what you want. That's pretty much the only reason for the mech at this moment. Tank covers infantry, correct? Yeah, actually threatens this tank as well. This mech is pretty far back. This tank has to kind of watch out because now it is in a situation where it's too 2 tanks versus 1. And that's the other thing about this map that I did notice is you think that it would be super easy for this base to go over here and just take this guy out, right? You know, it could be. Could be easy. Steeler and MWB managed to do it, but I think that was more because of just a little bit of a fatal mistake that was made rather than actually it being super simple to do. But this is technically 2 bases versus 2 bases and 2 airports as well. So these guys do outnumber you 2-1 if they choose. So if you're going to be taking this base, you got to do it really quick. I'll do it quick. Got him hard, hit him fast, get it done. Luigi playing as the Andinator. Got the artillery on the field. There we go. Alright, let's see what he manages to do with the artillery. Mech moving in, infantry moving in, tank moving in. Not too shabby. Okay, so nobody is really doing a whole lot of progression over here on the eastern side. Yeah. Like, this has not even been touched. Like, Women Respecter right now, he's got this. He's going to be able to get this and go over here. Maybe she. I don't know. Might be a she, too. We don't know. Like, there's definitely a lot of potential here. I would say that she's definitely in a much better spot right now just because of how far forward she is. Or he. And then Rezan here. Or Luigi. But the tank over here putting pressure over here. I mean, if they build the anti-air right now, they're going to have the time of their lives. Because all they need to do is get the anti-air down in a position where they can lock this down. Then Rezan can't even build air units. Let's see how this one goes. Alright, Dr. Nasty's making some good progression though too. Does a little bit of an interrupt down here. Very curious interrupt. Now, this will result in the loss of this infantry, like more likely than not, but I think if Luigi would probably lose this infantry too. I mean, it's kind of a 1-for-1 trade. But this is kind of in the benefit of Dr. Nasty right now because Dr. Nasty has acquired this property. So by denying this property over here, that does mean that he's going to be ahead in income a little bit. So I think it's a decent enough trade. Oh, now Rezan. Ooh. Look at this little move. Rezan bringing the tank down here to assist Dr. Nasty. Holy moly, okay. Neat. I like it. I like it. Being unpredictable. Uh-oh. It's kind of a neat move. This is just inviting this to be attacked too. Now, as stated before, folks, I did say once upon a time that the artillery to a player is like the APC to a computer player, like the AI. Like, players just can't help but attack the artillery. If they see the artillery, they must attack it. They must strike it down with the force of 1,000 lightning bolts. Whether or not it's going to happen here is a completely other story, but let's see if Rezan can resist the temptation, because that is a huge bait. Like, one of the biggest baits of 2025 right there, folks. I don't know if he's going to go for it. I mean, right now, Dr. Nasty is probably just like, don't do it! Don't do it! It's not worth it. Not worth it at all. Alright, Rezan. Holy moly, we clicked on his profile. Okay. Anti-air is purchased because the battlecopters are coming out. Like, Women Respector's got a pretty nice little force over here. Has not been touched. Like, at all, pretty much. Battlecopter will be able to do something, but like, Luigi doesn't really have a lot of presence up north either, though. Like, he's really lacking on the forces up here. He's grabbing the properties that he needs. He can't interrupt this capture, so Dr. Nasty is going to get that comm tower. Well, I guess maybe they could. I mean, Women Respector could go in with the tank after the infantry hit, but I mean, that opens him up to a first strike with a tank. And you can't hit this tank because you're going to get double mech'd. Like, it's kind of a situation here, folks. Kind of a situation. I don't know if he's going to go for it. Doesn't go for the baits of the artillery, though, so what a good man. Good man. Not going for unnecessary engagements. Unlike some people I know. Some people that I know might go for unnecessary engagements. Some people like myself. You never know. Never know, folks. Luigiously. Who is this man? Who is this man to go in and do this attack? He goes in with the infantry up north and interrupts the Sammy capping infantry on the comm tower. Which does nothing. Does absolutely nothing in the long term. Well, I guess now it does. Alright, so it was all part of the plan, folks. It was all part of the plan. This man, he's got plans coming out the wazoo. Classiest unit advancement by Web. Alright, Women Respector. Women Respector is going to win this game. Absolutely. It's the way it works, folks. You get the medium tank on the field, you win the game. Unfortunately, if Dr. Nasty was actually in a position where he had double time, that would have been a great move. A great turn, but unfortunately he's not there yet. So I don't think he's going to get that comm tower. I think Luigiously and Women Respector, they definitely had a plan there and they went for it. Alright, perfect. You know what? You can't even argue with it. Can't argue, can't say anything bad about it. What looked sus at the beginning was not actually all that sus indeed. You just had to let the fruits of labor bloom, more or less. This is an incredibly adventurous attack over here from Rezan, though. So moves in, attacks the infantry. Classiest unit in advancement by Web is right around the corner. But they're kind of getting... They're getting ruined by turn order here a little bit, folks. They're definitely getting ruined by turn order. Rezan is playing that turn order game pretty hard over here. That's what I'm saying. Now, if this infantry was destroyed, that would have allowed Luigiously to move in here, probably take this guy out, take out the tank too, and that would have been a pretty good time for him. But because of that, he's really only going to be able to get this attack and then maybe an attack on the tank or the interrupt. He's got no other moves. Although, I mean, if they have no problem with Rezan getting more income, they could take out the tank with the infantry hit too, or with the mech hit. It's Penguin mech into that plus this over here, that would clear it, so it's a possibility. But Rezan is going to get so much income this turn. This is a huge problem for the Women Respector and Luigiously, because they're both sitting at 1,500 right now, but Dr. Nasty's sitting at 1,500, or 13,500. I mean, that's not a great amount. He's getting 2 caps next turn, so that's great, but Luigiously, or not Luigiously, Rezan is getting 1, 2, 3. He's getting 3 caps over here. That's going to bring him up to like 19.5 or something like that. Is that right? 18.5 or 19.5? It's going to be huge. Absolutely huge. Takes out the infantry. Now, this is the big question. Is he the kind of guy that is going to stop the income, or is he the kind of guy to destroy the tank? They're destroying the tank. All right, folks. All right, he's had enough of that tank. He wants enough of that tank. Yeah, I don't really know who's fighting who right here. But This is what's going on right now. This is what I can see going on. So the Women Respecter has sent the tanks over here to assault this location right here. Luigisly is also going for here. They want to deny the comm tower and destroy the unit so that they can acquire the terrain. Women Respecter has kind of pushed out a little bit here, but there is no real threat of actually pushing any further than this. So these guys are basically going to do nothing. The battlecopter is not going to be able to do a whole lot. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So battlecopter could go in for an attack right here from this terrain. But that's really the only safe hit that it has. So I wouldn't really do anything that's super adventurous with that. Somehow Rezan is all the way down here with a tank too. These guys are fairly isolated. Like this tank could push up here and do some damage, but it really just depends on what Women Respecter decides to do here. But I don't know. You know what? At this point, like, you already did some damage here. There's some damage that already did happen here. I guess it really just depends on what Blue's going to do. Like, where does the medium tank go? If the medium tank goes over here, then this can basically not be touched. If the medium tank decides to go over here, I think an attack going in over here might be okay. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll see. This battle is all over the place, though. Comm tower acquired. Okay. So yeah, that medium tank is in a very safe location. Yeah, battlecopter attacks from exactly where I thought it was going to attack from. Okay, Women Respecter is going down and causing massive havoc. Okay, very interesting. Interesting that we go in for this attack too. Okay, so because we go in for that attack, like that basically takes the anti-air out of commission too. At least for a turn. So battlecopter doesn't really have to worry about it too much. Now that it's down to 2, battlecopter can take it out. But Rezan's obviously going to bring his battlecopter or his anti-air over there to cover the area. Going in for an attack over here. That can't be countered too, so that's nice. What is this at? So this is sitting at 3, so that's going to take 2 more days. Like, that's impossible. We're not going to get that comm tower anymore. Rezan. What does Rezan have available to him? There's some hits. I'd probably get really, really adventurous with this tank and just like bring it right over here and just start smacking these guys. Just completely eliminate these guys. 100%. Because it's going to get covered by the anti-air anyway, so you got absolutely no fear. No fear, no problem. Just bring it in. Do the damage. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. Goes in for the capture. And then Rezan builds the classiest unit in Advanced Wars by Web. Alright, now I have absolutely no idea who's going to win because they both have a classy boy. But Dr. Nasty also has a classy boy, so I mean, there's a lot of class. There's a lot of class going on in this game. Who would build a Neo tank on this map, folks? I don't know. I don't know who would build a Neo tank. Some people. Some people might build Neo tanks. I don't know who those people are. Okay. Anti-air getting pushed right into the deep territories of Mr. Rezan, but I think it's relatively safe. I don't really see any way that you can like successfully surround it and keep it locked in. Not without losing like a copter, which we don't really want. And this is deep. This is deep. This is actually a very dangerous thing too. So by these guys going in right over here, that creates that wall, right? That creates the advanced wall that actually isolates both sides. But if they don't get some more tech over here, they're going to get a medium tank on both sides that can hit them at any point. So staying here long term without like some more tech is going to get pretty dangerous. Now up north, what's going on up north? We got Women Respecter here. Can't really stay in this area. Like this, well, the copter can't stay in the area because of this guy here. So that needs to get taken out in order for something to happen. Yeah, and it's too expensive. It is too expensive right now. Like Women Respecter 18. Like, well, I mean, they could buy some tech, but Dr. Nasty can't really buy any more tech. He's too low on funds. Luigi'sly, pretty low on funds too. I mean, like, in general, they're both kind of in the exact same boat. But these are about to get flipped, so... Oh, I don't know. Alright. Women Respecter. Let's see what you got. Let's see what's gonna be happening here. Oh yeah, I'm still on this. Clicky, clicky, click. There we go. Alright, mechs moving in. Medium tank moving in. They're building a fat wall. Fat chunk. Eliminates the comm tower capture. Stays out of anti-air range. Then Women Respecter. Building the soiled abomination, folks. The soiledest of the Neo tanks is on the field. Who would do that? Who would buy a Neo tank? Absolutely grotesque. Now, this right here, though, that is, it's a pretty strong Neo tank. It is a pretty strong, I mean, it's a Sammy Neo tank, so it's not necessarily as strong as it could be, but this right now will deter the classy boys from pushing in too far. But Rezan, he's gonna have 20k. I mean, if he can find something that he can join, he might. No, he can't. There's nothing that he can join around here. Okay, so he's not gonna be able to. He's not going to be able to counter it. He's not going to be able to counter the Soiled Abomination. He could buy like a battle copter, which could be pretty good. I mean, at this point, it's like battle copter and soap canning artilleries are pretty much all that you can do against this. You could buy another medium tank and like try it out, but I mean, Neo tank plus medium tank and all this chunk, attacking into the chunk is going to be very difficult. Might just need to chip away at it with battle copters at this point. So we'll see how that one goes. See how that song and dance goes. Dr. Nasty going for some more properties here. Definitely needs some properties, Mr. Dr. Nasty, because he's got no money. P-Dog, the board does not say got trout. Does not. But you're on the right track. You're on the right track. It does say something. The first word is got. Also, welcome to the stream, Mr. P-Dog. Burns. Another classy boy. All right, Rezan. Rezan. This man knows what's up. This man knows I'm watching. He understands the assignment. He's busting out the classy boys. Beautiful. You thought it was got toilet? No, it's not got toilet. It is very important to have toilets though, folks. Not joking. Gotta have a toilet. Alright. So it's day 10. And this game has progressed quite a bit. There's some movements going on up here. Does Women Respecter have something to capitalize on these attacks too? Oh, there's some capitalization that could happen here. Oh my god, actually. Ooh. Ew. I think at this point, Women Respecter and Luigi'sly, they just gotta hit this. Like, they just go in with everything and just take this out. Because these guys are pushed up pretty far here. And it could be pretty bad. Now, one thing that they could do is Women Respecter could actually put the tank right here. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He could put it right here. And he could attack this right here. And then move in here, which will isolate the mech. And then isolate whatever comes after. I mean, artillery could potentially attack this here. But if the artillery stays there, it's going to get destroyed by all these units here. So sacrificing the tank to basically destroy this chunk right here, I think is probably worth it in this scenario. Let's see what he does. Let's see what the overall choice is going to be here. Oh yeah, they're going in. Ah, they didn't block the mech. I mean, I guess the mech can't really attack anything. Technically, Dr. Nasty has got the double time right now. I think I think this might be, I don't know, is he gonna pop the double time? Would he pop the double time? There is some value out of the double time. So these guys are basically doomed. You pop the double time, you get this and you get this, but you lose these anyways. So it's kind of the trade-off. Well, it's not got that. He's popping the double time, folks. It is got with a T word, though. And it's something Advance Wars related, folks. So just remember that. Yeah, he's going for it. Oh my god, that was damage. Massive damage. Oh my god, the the mech attacks the medium tank. This man's got no fear. He doesn't go in for any extra attacks, though. Ugh. I would have just sacrificed. I don't know. Maybe it's not the correct move, but artillery plus mech sacrifice into this to take this guy out. I think that would have been alright. I mean, attacking the Andy tank with the mech is just kind of counterproductive. I mean, because he's just going to run away. I mean, taking out the tank. Like, if you're going to go in for the move, taking out this tank would have been probably better, I think. I mean, I guess, like, you lose the artillery, but now the artillery can't actually really fire this turn either because Luigi and Dr. Nasty, they're gonna take this out. Like, they can easily take that out. Like, this and this should take this out, and if this and this doesn't take it out, this plus the infantry takes this out. And then Women Respecter just gets a shot on this anyways, and you loop around here, you take this shot. Then this guy can't fire because then the medium tank can't move in and attack, and that's just completely blocks in. And then the medium tank doesn't get like any value here. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. But I mean, it does sort of box him in. It gives them a chance to fight back in this situation, so I guess that's fine. All right, let's see what we do here. Gonna go in for the attack. Attack. Gets the clear. Yeah, I think they're gonna go for it, folks. I think they are gonna go for it. I can see it happening. Now down south, even this battlecopter right now is causing some havoc over here too. So where's this battlecopter gonna go? We'll find out. We'll find out real soon, folks. We will find out real soon. Another classy boy. My only goal is by the end of this game, I want to see the Soiled Abomination be destroyed. Yeah, and then he just goes in for it. Like, yeah, no, that's 100%. That's exactly what I would expect to happen here. So now this medium tank can't do anything. It can't attack, can't move in. I mean, technically you could attack, but then you lose your artillery hit. And at this point, you might as well lose your artillery hit because the artillery is going to do less damage than the medium tank. So you just move this away, move in, blah, blah, blah. Get her done. Get her done, folks. We got a rocket, folks. Women Respecter. He's busted out a rocket. Alright, so Dr. Nasty's sitting at 12 units right now. Rezan sitting at 17. Luigi Lee is sitting at 21. Women Respecter at 16. So they need some clears. Like, these boys need the clears. Fat medium tank hit. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, and they built another rocket. Like, what the heck? Now we got rockets? Oh my god. But don't they know that the rockets tend to get bullied over here on the semi-original guy channel? Like, those are going to get bullied super hard. Rezan! You were supposed to be the chosen one, Rezan! Why would you do this to me? Anyway, he builds the Soiled Abomination, folks. Soiled Abomination has been purchased. Now, obviously, the reason why we buy the Soiled Abomination is because the bases are under extreme threat. And you need to answer the extreme threat with extreme measures. Hello, Dr. Dr. Bright Rose. Oh, Dr. Bright, yeah. Nothing. You have not missed anything. You've missed soiled abominations being purchased. And that's about it. But we got lots of class boys on this field. So far, it would appear to me that Women Respecter and Luigisly are vastly ahead in this match. They are vastly ahead. They have an extreme foothold all over the map. And I think it's just going to progressively get stronger and stronger. Like, but they're all building rockets. They all got rockets now. Oh my god. Yeah, we gotta prepare the soap. Gotta prepare the soap here, folks. Oh my god. Luigisly. Okay, so what are we gonna do? So we take that out. He's going for the capture, folks. Oh, he joined caps. Alright. He assaults the medium tank. Oh, folks. Oh, folks! Folks. The trend continues. The medium, the rocket has been bullied on the semi-original guy channel. And also this medium tank over here from Dr. Nasty is probably gonna be in a lot of trouble. Oh, it's in so much trouble. It's in so much trouble, folks. No. Ah, no. Oh, it wasn't his immediate thought, though. Okay. No! No. It's so much damage, folks. It's so much damage. It's not fair. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see it anymore. That's so much damage. Oh, my God. And then flipping... Okay. Folks, I thought about this when I was playing my round 2. I thought about how a rocket from this position can lock down this base. But I was like... No. It's like, if you were to build a rocket, it's just going to get bullied. But how does a rocket get bullied when it can't be reached? That is the big question here. How does it get bullied when it cannot be reached? Like, I don't know, man. Like, if Rezen doesn't make a play right now, I think this is definitely GG. Like, Rezen has to push in here and just start moving himself around and like get some damage in here. Yeah, if you have a billion units blocking, then yeah, for sure you can definitely get a rocket in there. Without a doubt. Without a doubt you can get that guy in there. Alright. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I think it might be over for our heroes. Alright, he's moving in. He's going to be occupying the space. Now, to be fair though, like Luigisly and Women Respecter, they need to have some pretty serious firepower in order to actually get something done here. Because like they don't really have anything that can effectively take out like a Neo tank or the medium tank. But if they happen to find some way to get to that base, well, Women Respecter is super close to Victory March. And a hyper upgrade has just been activated, folks. The hyper upgrade. Holy moly. And that's another base lock down south, folks. Holy moly. Takes out the medium tank. Oh my god. And just... I was just saying. Oh my god. And they find it. They find the way to break in there, folks. That's rocket. Boom. Victory March. Like, what do you have to do? What do you have to do to get Victory March? Like, there's nothing. There's barely anything you need to do to get it. There's stuff over here. There's stuff to attack. Like, how much do you need? Like 8,000? Oh, that's easy. Easy. I don't know how to get it though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. You just start crashing. Honestly, just start crashing things into stuff. That's it. That's whatever. Oh, you know what? There's enough stuff over here. Like, oh, there's sacks over here that can happen. Yeah. Yeah, we got it. We, like, without a doubt. Without a doubt, he's got it. All right, women respect her. Can he or she actually get it? We'll see. Are they going to mess it up? I don't think they're going to mess it up. I would think it would be, like, incredibly difficult to mess this up. Although, chances aren't 0 of messing it up. But, what do we need now? 2,000? Yeah, no, never mind. We can't mess it up. Almost impossible to mess it up. Oh my god. I almost thought they weren't gonna go for it, but they go for it. Oh, Dr. Nasty loses the base and loses the comm tower. Oh my gosh. Flippin' women respecters got 24 properties. 24,000 properties of income. Not actual properties, but 24,000 income. All right, Rezan, day 14. Can we save the base? I mean, we can save the base. Pigman, you're correct. The women were respected here. So they can, okay, so they can save the base. But they can't capture the base. Oh, no. Just put the soiled abomination on the base. Like, you can't capture it. There's a rocket pointed right at it. You can't capture it. It's just going to be eliminated. It's just going to be stopped. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. It's just going to keep coming. It's going to keep coming for you. And the worst part is our worst part. Oh, another rocket gets bullied. There we go. Yeah, women respecter is the one that actually gets the attack. He or she is going to build a flippin' soiled abomination out of that base, right? Oh, they don't build the soiled abomination out of the base. I thought for sure. Not for sure they were going to do it. But I guess they have the other base locked now. Yeah, they have the other base locked. Oh my god. Oh my god. Strong. Very strong position. That is the end of the game, folks. Holy moly. Builds the missiles. And then, oh, wait. Dr. Nasty plays on for like a couple turns. All right, there we go. There's the resign. Holy moly, Luigi and women respecter taking out Dr. Nasty and Rezan. Like, that was a flippin' solid attack over here. Solid attack on the base. Very strong, very good. Victory march, folks. Victory march. It's a heck of a drug, that victory march is. Well played. Well played indeed. Alrighty, so the next game that we have on the list here is Mr. Cannon Fodder and Mr. Chest versus Kessler and Phantom Raikou. Now, I believe that Cannon Fodder and Chest have called themselves something silly, like the Soiled Abominations or Team Neo Tank or something like that to get under my skin. So I'm very, very disappointed in that. But I have absolutely no idea who I would want to vote for or who I would be cheering for in this match because I like all these people. I like all these people. So, you know, except for Cannon Fodder. I don't like that guy. I'm just joking. He's okay. He's Canadian, so you can't help it like him. It's just the way it goes. Anyways, I am going to take just a quick, short, tiny break here for 2 minutes, and then we will get back into it, folks. So until then, you can stare at the board and try to figure out what the board says while we are waiting. I will be back momentarily. Huzzah! I'm back already. Now I'm gone. Huzzah! What? Folks, I want you to all know that this bluey car almost killed me, and it really, really hurts to step on it. So I'm going to put it right in the middle of the floor for somebody else to step on it. All right. Now that the 2-minute crying break is over, we are going to be able to continue on with the match. That's the wrong chord. Where's the right chord? Oh, I got too many chords. Not too many chords. Okay. Anyways, so for those of you that don't know, Cannon Fodder is actually Cannon over on the official Advanced Wars by Web Discord. He is also one of the many hive minds of Mr. Cannon, aka semi-original guy. So, hive mind right there, folks. Hive mind. We are all semi-original guy. Anybody that puts the semi-original guy YouTube channel in their Advanced Wars by Web profile will be forever imprinted with a little piece of semi inside of them all the time. And I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of it. It's like an infection. Like an infection. Infecting your mind with classiness. Now, Cannon Fodder will try to tell you that Neo tanks are better than medium tanks. It's lies. Absolute lies. Absolute slander. Don't listen to him. Never listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Anyways, all jokes aside, this should be a good one. And actually, also, the other person that's new here is Mr. Kessler. So Kessler is, well, he used to be I'm sure he probably still is to some degree, but he used to be a chess YouTuber, which is actually funny because that's how I discovered him, because I was watching a lot of chess videos back in the day, and I happened to stumble upon Kessler one day. I think maybe it was an Advanced Wars video that I saw first, but then he was still making chess videos, and I watched a lot of his chess videos, and I thought they were pretty interesting. Lots of funny takes on some things. It was pretty cool. And then he decided to just go full blown into the Advanced Wars by Web community. So very, very cool. For those of you that enjoy Advanced Wars, you should definitely go check out Kessler and give him a subscription and give him some likes on the videos because he's putting out some cool stuff. I like his humor. It's very dry sometimes. Very perfect. I love it. It's lovely stuff. And yeah, chest. He's like, I don't know, like rank like flipping like number 5 in the world or something. I don't know, super strong guy. He'll probably say something humble like, "Oh, I'm not actually really that strong." And then you look him up on the high scores and he's like always in the top 10. But he's a very nice guy, very humble guy. Phantom Raikou. I'm not sure who Phantom Raikou is actually. I don't know if I've ever seen him around or recognize the name. If anybody knows who this is, and if this is actually somebody that I know, I just don't recognize the name, then I do certainly apologize for that. But either way, that's what it is. Hello Lou, hello Cutman, hello Pikmin. Welcome to the stream. Already a fan of the Keckler. Ha! Keckler. I love it. Yeah, no. He used to do chess videos. And that's pretty cool. He's like, I don't know if anybody watches a lot of like chess videos or not, but kind of reminds me of like a guy that makes chess videos. What's his name? I think his name is Epic Chess. It's more like Epic Chess and less like Levy. Or maybe like a little bit of Levy and a little bit of Epic Chess mixed into one. I think it's like both of those guys. But either way, pretty cool stuff. Anyways, so maybe we should try to do something here. Okay, so Kessler and Phantom Raikou. Like, should we change the colors? Or I guess we're kind of similar. Okay, so we're on like one end of the spectrum and on the other end of the spectrum on one side. Okay. Anyway, so we start off the game, folks, with the most standard infantry builds of all time because you got to get the infantry on the field. It is the #1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. And we don't even have to change them around this time, so it's extra good. All right, we can see that Mr. Cannon Fodder already going for a city skip and going to be grabbing one of those 2 neutral properties. Very cool indeed. Bada bing, bada boom. Send him out. Phantom Raikou. I wonder if this is like the Pokemon. You know, Phantom Raikou, like Raikou the Pokemon, the electric Pokemon. Looks like a cat, but is actually a dog. Alright. So Cannon Fodder going for this property and opposed to going for this property. I think this is perfectly fine. I think this property is actually harder to get and more contested than this property over here. Like, this one's a guarantee because there's absolutely nothing that can stop you over here from getting it. So it's very cool. That property is perfectly fine. Phantom Raikou here being a little bit slow going over here, not going for this one. That's a little bit of, I think he probably should have maybe went over here and went for that cap, but is what it is. Also, yeah, or important to notice here, or mention, folks, that, yes, one of these things indeed is not like the other, and one of these things does not belong. And can you tell me which one of these things is not like the others before I finish this song? Sammy, folks. Sammy is not like the others. What is going on here? But, you know what? I actually considered Alash to be a very, very strong pick on this map, so it's very cool. Very cool indeed. Let's continue on with the game here, folks. Bada bing, bada boom. Phantom Raikou going forward. See, I think it would be okay if oh, excuse me, if Phantom Raikou waited a little while to go and get this property if he was playing Sammy, because Sammy would be guaranteed to get the property regardless. But considering that he's playing Lash and not Sammy, then he's not gonna get it. He might not get it. I don't know if Cannon Fodder will sacrifice the infantry to go up and interrupt the capture. I mean, he's gonna get it eventually anyways, but yeah. But yeah, no, those legendary dogs are definitely dogs and not cats, which is super confusing, super weird. Like, I could see, like, Entei being a dog. Suicune, it's got those dog-like appearances. But, like, the Raikou looks like a saber-toothed tiger or something like that. I don't know. I got a perfect Raikou on Pokemon Go, though, folks. It's so perfect. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Best Pokemon Go Pokemon in the world. Actually, no. That's a flat-out lie. Best Pokemon in the world, Electabuzz. Electabuzz, best Pokemon to ever exist. 110%. Alright, folks, we got a tank over here from Mr. Kessler. So, common place to build the tank, folks. Does give you a lot of variety in where you're going to go. You can go up here, you can attack here, you can attack over here, attack over here. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful place to put that guy. Alright. Phantom Raikou going for that capture. I don't know. You know what? Maybe Cannon Fodder might get adventurous and go in and interrupt it, but it is going to result in the loss of that infantry, so I don't know. I don't know if he's going to go for, like, full-blown or not, or, like, full commit to it, but it's definitely a possibility. But one of the guys that we really have to watch out for here is flipping a chest. Like, a chest is scary. He's a scary guy. I watched a very close live game, I think, yesterday featuring Poland with lots of anti-airs. Beautiful. I love it. I love the anti-airs. Get more anti-airs on the field. Folks, for those of you that don't know, I do have a Discord. And you all can join it if you so choose. And if you see any live games, or any games in general that look very good, that you want to either submit yourself or that you see, you can always send them there, and I will definitely take a look at them and possibly put them out on the channel for Lively Game of the Day, which I am trying my darndest to be able to at least get 2 to 3 of them out every single week. But unfortunately, as of late, it has been very difficult to get them out. But I'm trying my best, folks. Folks, I have not forgotten about you. Semi-original guy is here, and he is trying to provide you with as much content as he can possibly do. But anyways, I have been thinking about branching off into these live streams quite a bit more, though. Because I will tell you one thing, they are 10 times easier than editing. 10 times easier than editing. It's beautiful. Alright, let's see what a chest does here. So chest is actually pushed out like quite a bit here. Branching off over into this section over here, which is highly adventurous considering Kessler is in position to be able to attack this no problem. But he can't attack from here, and I don't know, infantry could attack here. He could attack here and put the infantry here. I don't know. It put him in a position where he would have to retreat into an unfavorable location. But you kind of need to interrupt because you don't want a chest to have income. You don't want him to have income, folks. There was logic to that attack. I believe it. I'm sure there was. There's probably tons of logic. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's see if the logic pays off. And cannon fodder, you know what? If you want to add anything in the comments, I will be happy to read out the comments and add your input to the game as we go along here. Like, what is this? What is this, Mr. Cannon Fodder? We have a rocket over here being purchased out of the lone base side. Now, this is pretty strong. You know, it's actually a pretty strong rocket. Out of this corner, considering the fact that we are completely surrounded by mountains and you have enough infantry in order to effectively wall it off like long term here, it's pretty strong. It is pretty strong. And you can't really push into that. Even with the firepower of Lash, you're not really going to be able to effectively get any one-hit KOs on anything unless you get an anti-air in there. But the rocket also directly counters the artillery. And we all know what the artillery is trying to do here, folks. You don't build an artillery out of that base just willy-nilly for no reason. Oh no, there is a reason for the artillery, folks, and that reason is to go up and destroy the cruiser so that you can capture the headquarters. But you can't capture the headquarters when there's a flippin' rocket pointed directly at your artillery. It's just not gonna happen. Very dangerous stuff. So let's see what Mr. Cannon Fodder has to add to this little attack here. So the 7 HP infantry sack was to slow and screw up his income as to put him at 12,800. The rocket was because I analyzed the game plan and knew throwing it off would test them to see if they would have a plan B. So this man over here, Mr. Cannon Fodder, he's trying to use screw up tactics in order to ruin his opponents, which is very good indeed. Now, one thing that I do like to say, especially when it comes to live matches, and I said this in like one of the last videos I did, is that if you can do something that is going to disrupt your opponent's initial plans, like interrupting a capture or attacking something like more or less for free on a city to ruin their income, it can highly throw off their game and make them do a plan B. And if they don't have a plan B, then you're in a very good spot. And I think that's what Cannon Fodder's trying to get at here, trying to see if they have a plan B. If they don't have a plan B, well, then Cannon Fodder and a chess plan A is still a go. So let's see if they're going to be able to adapt to what is going on here. We have a big old attack from the tank. Not going for a clear, though, so that's only going to be an interrupt and not a full KO, unless Kessler wants to lose the tank, which is probably not something that he wants to do. I don't think that he really wants to do that. Left brain thinkers struggle. Isn't the left brain supposed to be the creative side, though? Isn't the right brain supposed to be the analytical side? Or am I wrong about that? I can't remember. One of the sides of the brain is whatever the creative side of the brain is, probably the one to thrive off of these situations. But the analytical brain would be the one that's kind of probably having more trouble because their plan was disrupted. And now they have to come out with a new plan. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but I get what you're throwing down. I get what you're getting at here. So the specifics don't really matter too much. All right, folks. Let's see. Let's sort of analyze what's going on here right now. So it would appear here Kessler and Phantom Raikou don't have a lot of income. 10,500, 13,500. So there's a little bit lacking there. Is going to be able to get some caps this turn, because Cannon Fodder can't interrupt. So Pink can't interrupt. Yeah, so they're going to be okay for income. Like, more or less, their income is, like, going to level out here. I think long term, they're going to be behind a little bit. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they're going to get 4. Kessler Ooh, Kessler is going to get like 6K this turn. This man's going to be rolling in money. This man's going to be rolling all the way to the bank. All right. But Cannon Fodder is not really going to be able to do any effective attacks or anything this turn. So this is mostly just a pullback turn. Bunker down. Sitting pretty. And at this point, when you have the rocket, your job is basically just to sit there and be pretty. That's all you got to do. I mean, your opponent can't really push into the rocket, so it just buys you more and more time. You're just able to build more and more units, build a fat army, fat walls, and then you push in with the rocket when your walls are so thick that you cannot be cut down. And that's what it's all about. Right brain is creativity, left brain is logic. All right, Mr. Cannon Fodder is correct. Right brain is creativity, eh? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Cutman, for the beautiful Googleage. That is why we have Google, folks. All right. Got a double attack over here. Chest is going for the throat right now. He's going for the throat. And there's basically no repercussions for an attack like that. Playing the safe up north, attacking down south, stopping the comm tower from being captured. Like, barely any comm towers have even been captured on this map. Like, Cannon Fodder's going to get a comm tower this turn. Phantom Raiku's got a comm tower, but Phantom Raikou is also behind in income. And he's actually not capped this property for quite some time. So that's pretty nice that he's finally going to get that. So let's cheer him on when he gets that capture. It's definitely needed. Let's just see what he's going to get. Cannon Fodder doing that old Sammy capture up north. See, I thought that Sammy was going to be incredibly strong in this map. Because when I did a test on this map with Valior, like, I did a test just to see if double Sammy would be really good. And all I did that game was just completely yeet. I just went and just started yeeting from, like, the start. And, like, it was pretty good. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, full aggression Sammy just yeeting the entire way was a pretty strong play. Until it got countered with, like, something big, like a rocket or something. I can't remember what happened, but something countered it, and I had to, like, think back. Anyways, Kessler has built the Soiled Abomination. He's built the Soiled one. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. Now, Phantom Raikou might actually build... I think Phantom Raikou is going to go for some sort of big tech unit here, too. Like, he's got a lot of money banked up here. So I think it's probably going to happen. I don't know exactly. I think he's going... How much would he have? Yeah, he'll have enough. He'll have enough. I think it's like 23 or something. I was very nervous moving the rocket. You can't be nervous moving the rocket. There's nothing in range to attack the rocket, so you got nothing to worry about. Alright, let's see what Phantom Raikou does. I mean, the Neo Tank it's a very strong purchase, but the one issue with the Neo Tank right now is that Cannon Fodder also has 9,500 in the bank, 16,500 coming in next turn. So he's going to be able to potentially buy the Neo Tank to counter next turn as well, or a bomber. But also, Sammy's bombers and the Neo Tank are not quite as strong as Lash's. So if Lash gets that terrain bone, it's going to be very hard to move it. But I don't know. You know, it probably wouldn't be too bad. Now, Phantom Raikou also busts out a Neo Tank out of the middle base here, which I think is probably going to happen. Like, I would say it's highly likely it's going to probably pop, because it seems like that's what I would think from these guys. Is like, Kessler would be like, I'm going to buy a Neo Tank, yeah. And then Phantom Raikou would be like, yeah, I'm also going to buy a Neo Tank. Let's get it on the field. Right? Right? That's going to happen, right? Yeah, see? I'm going to get that Neo Tank on the field. Yeah. Spitting in a bucket. That's what it's all about. All right, folks. We're going to need some flipping soap to wash that stink away, because there's two Neo Tanks, both purchased out of the middle base. So that could potentially be pretty dangerous for Mr. Cannon Fodder and Mr. Chess. The Chess doesn't have the money to effectively counter it right now. So he's not going to be able to push in. And it doesn't really look like a Chess has really any attacks around the map that can be really effective right now. So this is a pullback and figure out a counter to the Neotank's turn. That's my guess here. Yeah, this is, yeah, just pull back, figure out what to do next. A Chess doesn't actually have enough money for a Neotank in the zone either. I wonder if he's going to be busting out the Classiest unit in Advances by Web, folks. He could potentially bust out the Classiest medium tank. We don't know. We don't know, but Cannon Fodder, he's going in for an attack right now. So a Chess pulls back, Cannon Fodder moves in. And this is a pretty decent attack too, because honestly, in all reality, if Kessler and Raikou decide to push in over here and go for the attack on this, well then they're facing down a 4-pronged attack over here from these 4 guys, and that's just not going to work. Plus the 2 mechs over here. So it's not worth it. Like essentially, the Neotank needs to get over here before anything can happen. Because it's not gonna work out for them. And the fact that this bomber is here now, the classiest boy of the sky, like Kessler is forced to build an anti-air. Phantom Raikou might also build an anti-air. It would probably make more sense. I don't know. Turn orders are very, very difficult to play when it comes to team games like this. It's like, do you prioritize the second player to have more tech to do like big attacks, or do you get them to focus on like wall breaking or what, you know? I think the first player definitely needs to prioritize wall breaking quite a bit, and the second player is the one to like follow up. So I don't know who's gonna build what, but they're probably gonna be needing some more anti-airs on the field. One anti-air is not enough to deal with a bomber. Like some people will say that, oh, you only need 1 anti-air for a bomber, or you only need 1 anti-air for copters, and it's like, okay, yeah, well, what happens when that anti-air falls and then you have no anti-air and then you're just surrounded by copters and bombers? Like, you know, you need more than 1. You need more than 1. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I think you need more than 1. That capture is not gonna work. Absolutely not going to work, unfortunately. Mr. Kessler. It's not going to work. It won't work. 100% I would go in for that attack. I mean, at this point now, what day is it? It's day 9. Let's see what Phantom Raikou does first. Phantom Raikou. He either resigns or he times out. I think he might time out. Okay. Maybe he timed out here. Yeah, I think he did. Okay. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But I think at this point, it's pretty safe to say that these guys probably are probably gonna win. Yeah. I think they're gonna win. Now, mainly why I think that, so despite the fact that he has another anti-air here, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's say the Neotank decides to move here. I mean, even in this situation, like I think just going all in over here and just walling it off, doing a bunch of damage, like attacking this, attacking the front line. Maybe even going over here, taking out this and being able to loop around, fully take this out. Like, take out this entire wall here and move these guys in a little bit more, then move in the bomber. And then a Chess moves in, takes out some stuff. Like, I think the attack over here is pretty big. Even with the Neotank right here, I mean, if you take out everything around it, maybe even injure this guy if it's possible. Yeah, I think that's more or less going down the lines of the GG scenario here. So, well played. You know, I don't think they did too bad. Unfortunately, the Soiled Abominations were purchased, and they didn't even get to really do anything. So I would have liked to see what would have happened with this game, but unfortunately we will never see that. So congratulations to Cannon Fodder and the chest for the win there. Very good indeed. Bada bing, bada boom. Why is that up? Get that out of here. Alrighty, folks. So now we have Bulgaeus and P-Dog954 versus Lau 170 and Cortans. This is what we got going on here, folks. Now, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Can you tell me what's not like the others before we finish this song? It's Andy, because he doesn't know what an airport is. Alright. Why is he even here? There's a battle of lashes here, folks. We got a battle of lashes. And we got an Andy in here. I don't even know why he's in here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Actually, I love Andy. Andy's a great pick for this map. I honestly think he's probably one of the best picks you could do. Alrighty, folks. On the first few days, you all know the deal. It is the standard infantry build because you got to get the infantry on the field. It is the #1 priority in Advance Wars by Web. #2 priority in Advance by Web. Build some flipping medium tanks. Let's go. All right. Need more medium tanks on the field. I've not seen enough medium tanks in these games yet. All right. We're going to skip ahead a few turns here just to speed along the process. As we can see here, this is a scenario where the players are valuing the income over the territory right now. So they're going for the safe captures close to their base. And that's what they're doing. All right. This is a perfect example of a death ball countered by an anti-death ball. Yes. Yes, that's pretty much what it is. What it was, at least. It's like your opponent is going to death ball, so you also death ball, and you just force your way in there. That's what it's all about. P-Dog 954. What is he going to do here? Moves the infantry forward. Bulgaeus. What is he also going to do? Now, for those of you that don't know, now obviously, Valior, aka Barry, has put in a lot of work in this tournament. But another person that has put in a lot of work in the tournament is also Bulgaeus. Like, Bulgaeus has put in, I believe, like a ton of work in this tournament as well. So he definitely deserves a lot of praise. So, good job, Bulgaeus. Good job indeed. Boom. We got Lau. Lau's moving in. I guess the colors are more or less perfectly fine here. Okay. Cortans. Going for one of the forward properties. Busting out the tank. So both players are going artillery out of the center properties, which means that they are probably going to be pressuring the cruiser, or at least putting the threat of pressure on the cruiser. And I think mental games are really, really big in this too. Like 100%. Because if your opponent buys something, I mean, that starts the mental jitters. It's like, oh my god, are they going to be pushing out? Are they going to be trying to go for my HQ? Or are they going to be trying to go up north? Are they going to be zoning out these properties? Am I going to be able to get to these properties before they're zoned out? Am I going to have a tank ready to be able to actually attack the artillery? Are the artillery going to have something to block it? Are the infantry going to get in the way? Is a mech going to be built? Where's the bombers coming from? Why did this man just build a missile? I have no idea, but that's what can happen if somebody buys an artillery. It just gets the mental gymnastics going, and you don't know exactly where it's going to stop. Alrighty, folks. So P-Dog here has actually made a comment. So we saw them comm tower rush and decided to go for income lead. Excuse me. Very, 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 very good. Very good. Alright. Going for comm tower rush, decides to go for income lead instead. So that's not really too bad. So considering the fact right now, Bulgaeus is 10,000. P-Dog's got 7,000. But that's going to change, like, very, very soon. P-Dog's going to have tons of income next turn. So he's going to be in a really good spot. Wow. This is actually kind of interesting. So bring quite a few guys over here. Got a pretty good foothold over here. It almost appears to me like Lau and Cortons, they might be planning on doing like an attack on this area here. Just kind of looking at the setup here, because I think, like, I don't know, this infantry might go for this, it might go for this, but I have a sneaky suspicion like Cortons might go for this property here. Like, I think that's probably what he's doing, which will give him a really good foothold for actually attacking this spot here. So he might do that. I think that might be in his plans. It could be his idea. Let's see what he decides. Oh, he's going for that property. Ah, he doesn't bring the tank down though. Ah, I thought for sure that was what he was going to do. I don't know. Maybe it's not necessarily the best move, but going down here and putting a lot of pressure over here, I think that could be not too bad. Not too bad. But obviously, that does sort of open up the north to just allow Bogeus to just kind of do whatever he wants and get a lot of properties. But I don't know. They should change. Wait, what? You should change colors as only one side is blue. All right, cool. All right. So bada bing, bada boom. We are red fire now, folks. Red fire. The blazing boys over here. That's what we got. The Blazing Boys versus the Cold Steel. Actually, I can't remember. Bogeus, what was your... No, not Bogeus. P-Dog, what was your guy's name again? It was like... The Bog Dogs? Bog Dogs? Is that what it is? Fire Blossoms. Wasn't it Bog Dogs? The Bog Dogs! Bog Dogs, let's go. Alright, Bog Dogs. Let's see if the Bog Dogs can pull it off. Alright. That's 3 caps in the bank for flipping Bogeus. Bogeus sitting at 15,000 income. Every single turn. Holy moly. And that's incredibly strong right now. Lao, he's only going to be having 10,500 next turn. Cortons is only going to have 13, 14, 15. Okay, so Cortons will have 15. P-Dog is going to have 15, so no, 16.5. Ooh. Ooh, you know what? Cortons. I think Cortons needs to go for a little bit of an interrupt over here. Ooh, and if he goes for the interrupt, he's going to get massively struck down by that artillery. Perfectly placed by Bogeus over here. All right, Ardish moving up into position. We got the infantry's rolling, tanks moving down. So, yeah, a little bit behind in the income game, but he's got the comm tower, which does give him a lot of firepower bonus, especially being lashed. You know, that gives you tons and tons of firepower. Amber Blaze was renamed though, Amber Blossom now. Fire Blossoms. I think I was just saying Blazing Boys because I was just thinking fire in general. Like a blazing fire. Not necessarily because it was Amber Blaze. That was my thought about it, at least. Anyways. What are these guys going to be called then? The Blossom Boys? I can't remember if they have a name. Valior. Do these guys have a name? I can't remember. Do they have a team name? What is their team name? Better be called the Blazing Boys. Alright, so where are we? So Cortons. He's got a potential interrupt. He's got to go for the capture. Can't go for the attack. Can't go for the attack. He's going to get that capture. So he's going to get 2 captures. Probably go down here. He doesn't really have a lot of options this turn. Yeah, so let's just see what he does. Not a whole lot of options. Builds a battlecopter though. Alright, so goes for this capture over here. Builds a battlecopter to cover. Pretty strong, but anti-air basically zones it out, so we're not really gonna have to deal with that too much. Pretty sure those 2 were solo and got put in the team random pairing. Okay. The Blazing Boys. That's who they are. Alright, P-Dog getting them captures. 3 captures over here for P-Dog. 16,500 in the bank. Moves the tank forward. Bada bing, bada boom. Battlecopter by. Alright. So we're going at it now. We're going at it. One of the worst things that can happen in Advance Wars is when you're just trying to willy-nilly have a nice casual capture phase, just moving in, just being nice and slow and subtle, meticulous, perfect. And then somebody goes and buys a battlecopter. Just completely ruins your entire flow. Entire mental process just completely shut down because a battlecopter has been introduced. And now you have to sit back and you have to be like, oh no, now I have to buy an anti-air. No, that's not what I wanted to do. So, anyways, P-Dog definitely making these guys very, very angry. That's my guess. I'm like, no, not a battlecopter. Yeah. Classiest unit in Advance Wars by Web, folks. Classy medium tank. Bogeus, you better not build a Neo tank. I swear on the big medium tank in the sky. There better not be a Neo tank built this entire game. P-Dog, I'm looking at you. Don't be building no Neo tanks. Alright, day 7. Cortons. Gets the capture. Very nice. Alright, that's going to put him at 16, so that's pretty good. He's not going to get the comm tower. It's not going to happen. I think Bogeus will definitely stop him from getting the comm tower. But the other thing is, like, if he goes for the comm tower and then Bogeus moves in with these guys and then these guys and these guys rush him over here in the corner, Bogeus just lost like a pretty hefty chunk of units over here. And then there's not going to be much to defend the base. And then what happens in a scenario where these guys decide to just move up over here? Like, I guess P-Dog would probably move over here and sort of occupy this area. But when this tank moves in, then there's this threat over here. What happens if an artillery is made and artillery moves up here? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if Bogeus is going to push in, but obviously if Cortons goes for the comm tower, I think Bogeus is going to go in for the interrupt, like, without a doubt. So probably just going for this property here would be the better idea. That's what me thinks. Goes for the comm tower. Alright. An adventurous man. I like it. Multiple tanks down a south, saving $1,000. And he's got 16,500 in the bank for next turn. So hopefully he'll be able to buy the classiest unit in Advance Wars by Web next turn. But in addition to that, Bogeus could go down and attack the tank on the city and completely interrupt that income game, folks. Once again, that is a possibility. Could happen. P-Dog just inching himself forward and just pulling back down south because he does not want to deal with the looting threat of danger. I'll call him Jortans. Jortans! Alright. Bogeus going for the comm tower. Gets the interrupt. Goes in with the tank for the interrupt too. Very adventurous. Very adventurous tank interrupt here. So Cortons does have... Oh, does he? No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a comm tower. It's the other guy. It's Lao. Lao has the comm tower. So Cortons doesn't have the comm tower. Cortons can get 20% firepower from attacking from the forest, though. So this is probably going to be a 5-7 trade if he goes in and attacks with the tank. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. And if it wasn't for those pesky forests, we could be getting a huge attack with the tank. But unfortunately, somebody decided that they wanted to introduce, forests to the world. So unfortunately, the tank can't get that strike. So we're not going to be seeing a double. Could be seeing a single here, though. I mean, comm tower has to be... It has to be denied right now because, honestly, if that comm tower is not denied, we got ourselves a problem. Definitely got ourselves a problem. And that problem is called 2-tower lash. Folks, for those of you that don't know, or who have ever actually dealt with 2-tower lash, 2-tower lash is a very, very threatening individual. She's got lots of firepower all the time. Pretty much guaranteed to have, 20% firepower all the time. But most of the time, it's more like 30 or 40 or 50% firepower. So, we don't want to deal with her. And I think Cortons has like a fairly good attack. I mean, it's got an infantry attack here, tank attack here, go for the capture, bring this infantry up to counter this one, bring the tank over here. Like, in general, like, he's got good attacks over here, so I wouldn't really question attacking this, like, really. So let's see what he does. Let's see what he decides to do here. Yeah, he's going in for the attacks. Ooh, yep. 7-5 trade. We're saved, folks. We're absolutely saved. I would have brought this tank probably north, or a little bit further up here, just to prevent this tank from moving down more. I mean, this tank's probably just going to go occupy this terrain right here, either way. But if you moved it here... I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Whatever. Who cares? It's fine. 3 tanks and a battlecopter down south, though. Oh, 2 battlecopters, actually. All right. Mr. P-Dog. Just being very passive up north. He's not really pushing in. Not really pushing in. Just creating walls, creating death balls. He's being patient. He's biding his time right now. Not planning on going in anywhere too quickly. But this flipping classiest unit in Advance Wars, folks. This man has a plan. His plan is to go in and occupy the terrain. He's sitting on an allied city. And he's having a great time. Like, he's just inviting the battlecopters and everybody to come in and attack me. He's like, go ahead. Come over here. Attack me. I dare you. I double dog dare you to come in here and attack me. I bet you won't. Bet you won't do it. Now, this battlecopter is pretty interesting. This is one of those situations of all time here, though, folks. Like, this this anti-air could move here, and that would be a very good position because it would basically cover the majority of this area over here. But the issue is if he moves that in, he's basically forced to move the tank in, which will weaken this side over here. And P-Dog is just waiting patiently for the slightest of openings to move this army in and go in for an attack over here. So Lau has to play this incredibly well in order to not get completely obliterated here. So he's got to watch out, but something's got to be done about this. I think Cortons has some pretty good potential over here. So let's see. Let's just consult the damage calculator real quick here, folks. We're on the plane. Could go in and attack. Not going to be guaranteed to get the KO, so he's not going to go in for that attack right there. Alright, so he doesn't really have too much. And he doesn't have an allied city to move this tank to, so that's unfortunate. But he does have some KO factors here. He's got some potential damage. Mostly in the infantry variety, so he can damage a lot of infantry this turn. Oh, wait. Did this tank attack something, or did it just get weighted right here? Just got weighted. Okay, so we're going to move in the other tank, though, right? Okay. All right, that's fine. Battlecopter moving in north. What's the movement on this guy? Interesting. Okay, so nobody's even close to a power yet. There's been barely any fighting that has happened at all around the map. It's just been a patient game of tiptoe all around the place. But P-Dog, he's making a move here, folks. He's making a move. He's going in for that comm tower, buys an anti-air, sets up the army once again, and is now once again occupying the space. He's occupying the terrain. He's making Cortons have to attack. If he doesn't attack, well, then P-Dog and Bogeus are just going to move down here and take more terrain. But considering the fact that Bogeus is player 2, I think they're actually playing this pretty good. They're actually playing turn order pretty good too. Alright, so going for a allied or a enemy city capture. Medium tank moving in, doing pretty significantly massive damage to that tank. Will get surrounded this turn. Could potentially... Would it get destroyed? Cortons with no comm tower Maybe. I don't think so. Maybe it wouldn't. Classy medium tank, folks. There we go. We got a classy medium tank on the field. It's now day 10. Cortons. Oh, he's going in for the medium tank attacks. Alrighty. Oh, he doesn't go in for the full 4 attacks with the tanks, though. Very sad. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see 4 big attacks on the medium tank. It didn't happen, though. Alright. So, turn order is incredibly important here, folks. Like, insanely important. So, because P-Dog actually pushed his army down here first, that's going to allow him the ability to retreat. And then allow Bogeus to move in and do the damage afterwards. So, I don't know if it was necessarily intentional that they set it up this way, but it is highly convenient that they set it up this way. Alright, going for them attacks, getting the heck out of the way so that Mr. Bogeus can move in there and do some damage. P-Dog 954 coming in with the classiest unit in Advanced by Web, folks. Comes in with the classy medium tank. And then Bogeus swoops in here, takes out a battle copter, takes out a tank, 6 HP medium tank coming in here doing some damage, and now the base is under threat. The base is under massive threat here. Lau moving in, trying to actually capture a city here, but is it going to go through? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to go through. Investing a lot into the upper base as well here. Corton's doing a counter attack over here. Takes out an infantry, goes in for an attack on the tank. But once again, folks, that is an Andy tank. So if these units are not destroyed, then those tanks are going to be healing up to full. Now, P-Dog has said something. What does he say? We planned a lot of this out each turn. I don't believe it one bit. I'm pretty sure that you and Bogeus are possibly the biggest yeeters in Advanced Wars by Web history. I don't believe that you've even touched the move planner in your life. Can't prove me wrong, although you could probably prove me wrong. But very good. I mean, it shows that these moves are planned out, because if you don't plan these moves out, honestly, in a team game, if you want to be even remotely competitive, you need to use the move planner. It has to happen like 100%. If you're not using the move planner, then you're just gonna be throwing the game. Like, the move planner will make you go up at least like 100 elo points like all the time. Like, without a doubt. Ugh, holy moly. Alright. What is P-Dog going to do? He's going to be destroying battle copters, folks. And he even uses the little teeny weeny tiny 3 HP battle copter to move in here and attack a tank. And now the mechs are moving forward, gets the interrupt. And then he... We're running out of time with how coordinated the attacks are in my match. Lou, I believe it. I believe it. When we did our match with me and Anna, we were running out of time all the time. I mean, Anna would send me these super complex move plans, and I would just be like, yeah, let's do it. That was pretty much the extent of my contribution. Alrighty, so P-Dog, Mr. P-Dog 954, or should I say, man in need of soap, has built the Sword Abomination, folks. He's built the smelliest of units in Advanced Wars by Web. The smelly Neo tank has been purchased. Bogeus actually pulls back up north. He builds a star! Soiled Abominations! These men. These men. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. Anyways, so they resign because they just cannot stand the stench of the battlefield, folks. And I do not blame them. I do not blame them one bit. Semi-original guy turning into LGTM guy. Ugh. I don't know what LGTM means, but I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Alright, so that was P-Dog and Bogeus' game. Very well played. Congratulations. Very good moves. Very stinky ending. Was not happy with that ending. But oh, it looks good to me. Yeah, for sure. No, I'm definitely a looks good to me guy. But no reality, no, not necessarily. Like if I saw something wrong with the moves, I would usually mention something about it. But most of the time, Anna's moves were pretty good. I would do like 2 or 3 drafts, and I would just send the drafts and be like, we could do one of these ideas, and then she would just touch up whichever one she thought was the best one. Anyways, are these guys good? I don't like this color, so we are going to be pink. Pink. Anyways, I need to introduce these guys. All right, so we have Rapika. I think it's Rapika or Rapika. Raipika. Maybe Raipika. We have Raipika and Scandalous playing as Sammy and Jake versus Quactagon and Pentagon 69. Nice. Playing as a Sammy and Sammy. So we got a lot of Sammys here, folks. Once again, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just does not belong. Can you tell me which thing is not like the other? It's flipping Jake, folks. Jake is not like the other. Anyways, we're going to go a little bit more speedy through this because I have just noticed that it's been about 2 hours since we started streaming. And we still have like 2 or 3 more games to go. At least out of the games that I have on the list here. Yes, P-Dog, you did build a medium tank first, so I'm very, very happy. Very happy with that, but I'm also, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed, that's all. I'm just disappointed, not mad. I understand. Okay. So, we're going to go from here. So, what day is this? So, day 5. It's a very interesting beginning to the match here, folks, because we got the artillery build. We've seen lots of artillery builds. Once again, we have income over expansion over here. So, Pentagon sitting at 6,000 funds. Like, everybody's sitting around the same amount of funds. But Pentagon's going to be stuck here for a little while. So, but he's also playing as Sammy, so he's almost guaranteed to be able to grab this area, like, absolutely no problem. But the only difference here is we actually have witnessed the first early recon of these games, which is very cool. And obviously it would come from Scandalous, because I don't know what it is, but anytime when I see Scandalous, he's always building a recon, folks. Like, I see the recons pop out from this guy, like, all the time. It's like a recon magnet, folks. But very strong recon, very well played. Interrupts the airport, which is pretty big. Consider Raipika is going to be able to get the airport. So maybe they'll be able to start pumping out some air units like a little bit sooner than their opponents here. But I mean, technically, this actually doesn't interrupt because we're playing Sammy. So he's still going to get the airport. So it actually doesn't interrupt. But it does do damage to the infantry, which does halt progression later on. How scandalous. Jake pick too, yeah. Super scandalous pick. Oh my god. Oh my god. Send this pick to the tabloids, folks, because it is scandalous. Scandalous indeed. Alright, scandalous. What are we gonna do? So, we moved in with the recon to interrupt the capture that just goes through anyways. So, what does he do? Attacks another infantry. Oh my god, the recon! It's Recon's already got massive value. 10 out of 10 would recon again. Hit 2 infantry. That actually halts tons of progression. Tons of progression. Like insane amounts of progression. Alright. And then Raipika just goes in, captures the property right in the face of the opponent. And is actually progressing down to the comm tower. And he's got a flipping mech, folks. Man's got a mech on the field. Holy moly. So Pentagon can go in for a 2-shot on this infantry right now that is capping in the eastern section of the map. Like, pretty much no problem. That's guaranteed to go through. There's absolutely no issues with that because we can't interrupt. Good progression up here. I mean, we've seen this happen before, folks. I wonder if Quactagon. If Quactagon builds an anti-air, then I think we know what this man is thinking. Alright, he builds the artillery. Alright, so no anti-air just yet. But, I mean, double artillery could still be what he's thinking. Like, he could be thinking to go and lock down that airport. And, I mean, if you're going to be locking down the airport and stealing it, Sammy is the character to do so, folks. You're going to be able to steal that super easy as Sammy. 100%. 10 out of 10 with Sammy again. I'm actually kind of sad I didn't pick Sammy on this map. Would have been super good to pick Sammy. Scandalous going in for a juicy attack. Oh my god. Striking down Pentagon. And then the flipping Recon is still alive, folks. This Recon is alive. And it's going to be able to go Recon another day over here. And it's only at 9 HP. Like, that's insane value. Insane value already. Alright. Raipika, what is Raipika going to do? He's going to be able to snag a city here, but it's not going to be staying long term. Did I press the wrong button? Yes, I did. Alright, Scandalous. Let's go back here. Raipika. So we're going to get the comm towers. Holy moly. No wonder Scandalous went for that attack. He's just being backed up by Raipika over here in the eastern front. Oh, this is okay, this is incredibly dangerous for Quactagon and Pentagon 69 right now. Specifically because of this right here. This is a huge attack that is going to happen. They're going to be able to hit these bases from all these angles right now. And this angle, oh my god. This is like almost all surrounded over here. This is insane. This is going to be big. I think this is going to be huge. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if it carries on. Alright. Pentagon 69, bringing the copter up. So, Raipika is probably going to be forced to build an anti-air right now. I think it'll probably be Raipika that goes in and does it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who actually decides to do it. Pretty big attacks right there. So, Pentagon does a nice counter over here. So, what's Scandalous going to do in order to respond to such reckless hate? Oh, what is he doing? He's capping the comm tower right in the face of these anti-air or artillery. Holy moly. Holy moly. These artillery are going to have the biggest choice ever right now. It's like, do I interrupt and get smacked by like 4 tanks, or do I run away and just let him have the comm tower? Oh my god, and flipping Raipika is going for the second comm tower as well. And he's surrounded the tank. He's surrounded the tank, and he's got a mech right beside. Oh my god, this flipping, the Recon. The Recon, folks. How can one Recon have so much value? Going for the... tries to go for the interrupt, but it doesn't work because he doesn't have enough firepower, and we're fighting Sammy. Although the interrupt on the comm tower down south does work because we're dealing with Jake, folks. Jake is not Sammy, so we don't got to worry about that. Quactagon's got so much income, though. Like, Quactagon is sitting at 21,000 income. His poor partner in crime over here, Pentagon69, only sitting at 13,500. Like, he does not have even a fraction of the income that Quactagon has got right now. But there we go. Now we're up to 15,000. 15,000 is like, that's where you want to be. Worst case scenario, you want to be 15,000. Okay, very interesting. I wonder. No, there's pretty much nothing we could have done in that situation. Wait. Okay, no, this is safe. This is safe. Never mind. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's okay. I was getting a little scared there for a second. Day 8. Scandalous. Playing as Jake, and we do not have any artillery on the field. Those artillery, though, from flipping Quactagon got hit so hard. Super unfortunate for those guys. And we got the rocket. All right. Who needs artillery as Jake when you got a flipping rocket, folks? Let's go. Is the rocket going to get bullied, though? We'll find out. 2 comm tower Sammy, folks. One of the scariest things in Advance Wars is 2 comm tower Sammy. Incredibly powerful, incredibly strong. And Raipika, oh my god, Raipika is just going in right now. I think Quactagon and Pentagon really need to watch their base right now. Quactagon probably, like, is this the medium tank turn? I think this might be the medium tank turn. Yeah, we need that medium tank. We need the medium tank so bad on that base right now. Got an APC though, so that's cool. Alright, let's see what the APC does. We're gonna get some value out of this APC. Attacks the infantry, attacks the tank. Raipika 16,500, bank 4,000 next turn. Yeah, nobody's really gonna be able to get a big counter to the medium tank. Like, we can get a medium tank on the field, but we can't get like a super counter. Like, you can't get like a bomber or anything just yet. Oh, so Raipika and Scandalous, they might have got a little bit of interest with this base push right now. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they can get something going here. Because like I said, I mean, you get a rocket into one of these 2 positions over here, and you get a lock on this base. So, rocket is just a few short days away from that area. So, definitely could potentially get some hefty... Oh my god, look at that already, too. Okay, with the power usage, you actually do get a base lock over here. But that's pretty big. Like, that's attacking really close to the enemy right there. Attacks the little cultist infantry, going for another flip. So Quactagon still sitting at 21,000 income per turn. Oh. Alright, folks, we got a double time. But what's the purpose of the double time right now? Like, what are we actually going to accomplish with double time? What can we accomplish with double time? I mean, I guess... No, we wouldn't do that. I don't know. Let's just find out. I mean, yeah, you get that attack. Doesn't get the full interrupt. Tank follows up, does it though? Okay. Quactagon goes first. Nice. Okay. Alright. Just gets right in there and just occupies the space. Alright. I like it. And then we resign. I think that wasn't resign, right? Maybe that was... No, that was a resign. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. No, Rhypika and Scandalous just forced their way into the base. And they just forced the resign right there. Beautiful. Good play. Good play. You know what? I saw that coming as soon as they had this area surrounded, though. Like, that was just... It was too good of an attack. That was 4-pronged attack. You can't defend against that. Nothing you can do. You can't defend against it. It's just impending doom right there. Well played. And plus this rocket over here. Jake boosted rocket. Like, is going to be able to hit that base next turn. Well played, Scandalous and Rhypika. Well played. Quactagon, Pentagon. Well played, too. Well played. Sammys. You love the Sammys, folks. You love to see them. All right, so we are going to take another just short little break, but then we are going to do Alexa and the Fine Melody versus Activist Victor and Briareus. Briar. That's who we're going to fight. Briar. And we only got 2 games left of the night here, folks. So as soon as those 2 games are done, I will reveal what is written on the chalkboard. So stick around for that. I'll be back. Go and get yourself some drinks and stuff. Bum, bum, bum. What do we have here? Chair stream. That's what we got here. Hello, Ogo. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Alexa. Hey, speaking of which, Alexa. Apparently, there has been some discussion floating around of how to pronounce your name. How do you pronounce your name? With your own voice or words. What do? How would you say it? Because I've even put it into text-to-speech, and it's always really weird. It's like Alexa. And I always thought it was Alexa. Or Alexa. I don't know. Anyways. How are we going to do this one? I don't really want to do silver. So we are going to do green earth. Sorry, Briar, but you are going to be the Green Earth Army. And on the first few days, folks, you know the deal. It is the standard infantry builds because you got to get the infantry on the field is the #1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. #2 priority in Advanced Wars by Web, folks. Make sure you like and subscribe. Boom. All right. Everybody is facing the way that they should be facing. And here we go. So, as stated previously, we are going to be just skipping the first couple turns here and just seeing how it goes. So, income over expansion, folks. Income over expansion. You do a good job of it. It was originally an acronym like 15 years ago. I think you're the first person to ever say it out loud. All right. Alexa. Alexa. I like Alexa. Or as Mr. Jataquin says, elixir. Could be elixir. All right. Going for the contested capture, semi-contested capture, artillery purchase right away, folks. And you know what this man is thinking? He is thinking, I'm going to grab that HQ. And why would you not grab that HQ? It's just the way that you should do it. Now, we do have a double Andy, double Sammy scenario, but instead of how it was previously, the Andys and the Sammys have been flipped. So now the Andys are on top and the Sammys are on bottom instead of the Sammys being on top and the Andys being on bottom. So a little bit of a different scenario here right now, but more or less it's going to be generally the same, I think. It's got an artillery build over here from Briar. The infantry are going forward. So we do have to keep in mind that the pink infantry and the green infantry are going to be the infantry that will not get interrupted. But Alexa. All right. Well, it's going to be Alexa. Okay, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Getting another capture. Battlecopter moving in. Infantry moving in. And then where is this little artillery going to go? There it is. It's moved as far as it possibly could, folks. Unfortunately, the artillery only has 5 movement, so it cannot move very far when it comes to forests. Well, we'll see what Activist Visor decides to do here. Activist Victor, I should say. Threatening 3 captures down south right now. There's definitely some potential here. Going for the comm tower is probably a fool's errand. That is definitely not going to happen. Going for either of these 2 properties could definitely happen. It really just depends on what the fine Melody decides to do here, because she could definitely go all over the place here, folks. Could go all over the place. Anyways, so Alexa. We put it that way so Melody could contest the comm tower with Sammy. That is very smart. Now, Alexa, how much move planning did you do in this game? That's the question. That's the other thing we've been noticing is that you can tell when people are using the move planner like quite a bit here. Because they will move plan the ever-loving butt out of these matches and plan their moves perfectly so that it leaves almost no margin for error. Alright, Battlecopter's moving in. Staying just out of range of the anti-air too, which is very nice. No power charge, so no movement bonus is going to be considered in this equation right now. I know Alexa is making a play. He's making a play, and it looks like that play could be involving attacking the cruiser. It could definitely be attacking the cruiser very quickly. Very quickly. Could happen. All right, going for another property. Double property. Tank moving in. Anti-air moving in. Activist Victor is making a very, very bold play right here, and I am all for it. So he's moving the tank anti-air into position, putting a huge threat over here, and it's actually even a bigger threat too. So depending on what Alexa decides to do here, if he actually doesn't really defend the airport a lot, there is definitely a lock here, because tank plus infantry, if he wants to forego the capture, tank plus infantry does clear this, allowing the anti-air to go up here and get the lock. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so that's definitely a possibility. So needs to really watch out for that. We started move planning around turn 8. There is a restriction, or why not full Sammy game? Doesn't make sense. Julio, there was actually no restrictions on the COs except for the tier that we allowed for the tournament. So you could go all Sammys if you really chose to, but going all Sammys, while it does seem okay, is not necessarily the best thing that you could possibly do. I mean, it really just depends on the playstyle, right? There's benefits that Andy can bring to the battle, especially when it comes to like the mid game. Obviously, in the early game, Andy's going to suffer a little bit more than, let's say, Sammy, who can go out and get those captures really quick. But in the mid game, Andy would be much better than Sammy because of the hyper upgrade turns. So, I don't know, you know? Also just depends on how many comm towers Sammy gets, though. Sammy gets a lot of comm towers. It's kind of tough to beat her. She's pretty strong. She's pretty strong indeed. Especially out of the corner properties. Sammy's hecka strong in the corner. Alright, so Alexa can't actually go down and lock down the cruiser just yet because of the mech chain coming in from Briar right now. So that's definitely putting a stop to the plans right now. Allowing the airport to actually get locked down by the anti-air too. Not a huge fan of the anti-air placements from Activist Victor. Is that... I don't know. Maybe... Okay. Depends on what the calculator says. Let's check the old fancy friendly calculator here. So that's a 65 to 74% roll. So let's say, for instance, this guy... If you low roll it, it goes down to 4, and then you follow up with a battlecopter here. You're looking at like a 2 or a 1 situation, but if you high roll it and it goes to 3, that's a clear potential right here. So sacrifice a tank to clear the anti-air and then have the battlecopter front and ready to do damage. I don't know. Seems like a pretty good situation, but the battlecopter could get surrounded too, so I'm not super sure. Depends on how adventurous he wants to get. I get the comm tower before attacking. That's true, you do get the comm tower before attacking, so that is a guaranteed clear then. Like, there's no question about it. That would be a guaranteed clear with the comm tower, so... Is he gonna go for it, though? I think... You know, what's Advance Wars by Web without a little bit of excitement, you know? Are we gonna go for it? Yeah, we're gonna go for it. That's what I'm talking about. Are you right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going for it. Builds another battlecopter. So, loses the tank, but the position is so strong because even if he moves in, or like artillery plus tank clears this right here, Melody's got this tank over here that comes in. Battlecopter moves in. Anti-air can only come up to these tiles right here. So, oh, the damage. The damage is done here, folks. Alexa sees the play and goes for the play. Like, incredibly dangerous, incredibly strong. And also, was that a battlecopter clear down south? What is even going on here, folks? Oh my god. Takes out Briar's battlecopter too. Like, insane. That was an insane value turn. So he loses the loses the anti-air and loses the tank, but gains so much ground here. Like, crazy move. Doesn't go for the surround though. Nah, that's fine. Yeah, that front is gonna get hit pretty hard still. And then moves the battlecopter up north. Okay. So it doesn't really need to worry too much about the south right now. Like, Activist Victor, not really any threat right now from Melody coming in there. So it doesn't really need to worry about that. But Briar's got some threat over here because Melody and Elixir right now are staring them down south. And they smell blood. They smell blood. And they're going to go for it. Like, Briar needs to build another battlecopter. Like, it has to happen. It's really the only thing that's going to be able to hold that front, like, long term. Well, maybe not. You know, technically, if Briar really wanted to, he could bust out a rocket. And he could go down the rocket route right now because there's no threat of the HQ just yet. So busting out the rocket would be pretty decent, I think. And plus, he's going to have the comm tower. But because Briar is an absolute pro gamer, only the most gamer of gamers don't cap the comm tower before attacking, folks. It's a well-known fact. And you're not, if you cap the comm tower before attacking, then I'm sorry, but you're probably just not a real gamer. It's simple fact. Simple fact, folks. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody here is a gamer. We're all gamers, folks. Builds classiest unit in advanced by web. The finest melody to build the classiest medium tanks of all time. That's what I'm talking about. Alrighty, folks. Elixir, day 9. Forming the wall, getting the income. Flipping 21 properties to Andy right now. 2 battlecopters moving in. Bust out the classiest unit in Advance Wars. Battlecopters have no threat right now. Like, it's getting absolutely wild. Like, Activist Victor, yeah, he's forced to pull back. He can't fight into that situation right now. And there's even a break right now, too. Technically, there's a break. If they want to do it. I mean, the break might result in the loss of some copters, but gain some significant ground. And, I mean, depending on if they want to do it now, they could potentially, like, I don't know. I'm not really gonna think about this too hard, you know, but there is a break right here, allowing for a melody tank to move in here and attack this right here, and then occupy this terrain with like an infantry, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a tank right here. Put an infantry right here. Put the artillery like right here. Like, it can get pretty nasty over here pretty quick, but I don't know. It might not be the time to push in for a move like that, but I don't know. You know what? It might be. It's not very classy to cap comm tower. It's kind of like building a Neo. Yeah, it's not very classy. I wonder who's built Neo tanks in this game so far, folks. So I don't know. I don't know who. Oh my God, Briar. What is going on here? He builds the Soiled Abomination, folks. Get some soap over here. All right. So this Neo tank, though, is a pretty good buy over here because it does put a huge amount of threat on this little area right here. Like, Neo tank can easily one-shot the wall here, I'm pretty sure, right? Even with its Sammy one, yeah, that's a one-shot right there. That's not a one-shot, but that's like a 2-shot clear, essentially, right there. Yeah, that's about it. All right, so that right there. Oh, get out of here. There we go. This right here, that's definitely a break potential. Anything that's on the shoal right now, break potential, but I mean, you have to be pretty crazy in order to stay in that area right now. So I don't think he's gonna do it. Bust out the second classy unit up north right now. Beautiful. All right, day 10. Let's Let's see what Alexa does. Oh, Alexa, you got 24,500 money right now. I hope that you're not doing what I think you're thinking of doing right now. Is he thinking about doing the thing? Better not be thinking about doing the thing. Oh, he did the thing. He did the thing. He did the thing to counter the other thing. Gotta get some soap up in this place. All right. Activist Victor and Briar kind of need to be pretty careful up north. I mean, I wouldn't really want to, like... I don't know. I wouldn't really want to push out too far. But there's not any huge threat right now, so I guess they don't really need to worry about it too much. Oh, I don't like that, though. I don't like having a break. Like, any sort of break potential here, I'm not a huge fan of. Probably should just line it up. Like, unless you're in the position where you can actually get to the cruiser and do the damage that you need to do, like, you probably want to just keep the line steady here, because the medium tank coming in here does sort of... Let's sort of break it up here, but I don't know. We'll see. You washed your hands? Okay. As long as we washed our hands, folks. That's the most important thing. Alrighty. Short Abomination moving in. Rocket moving in. Alrighty. Alexa purchases the rocket. Alright, so I can already tell this is a much different game. I'm actually super excited though, folks, because a lot of these games have been super diverse. Like, I haven't really seen one game kind of play out the exact same way. They've all been a little bit different so far. So you love to see it. Alright, day 11. Briar moves the rocket, the whole one space that it can move. Goes in for the capture. Activist Victor should not have put this here. He should have allowed the rocket to, or the artillery to move here. I mean, if... do you base lock yourself to attack this? I think so. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't base lock yourself to attack that. I mean, you don't really have any, like, major threat right now. If you attack the artillery, then you have no threat on the HQ. There's nothing that you really have to worry about. Because Activist Victor goes first, he can't get a 2-hit KO on the infantry, so he can't get the 2 hits on the cruiser that he needs. So there's no problem here. There's no threat. I mean, it seems like there's a threat, but there's no threat. There's no threat here at all. But what is he going to do? Is he going to attack? Oh, he doesn't even need to, because he just moves in with the classiest of units in Advanced Wars by Web. Alright. He builds a fighter. He gets a fighter. First fighter of the tournament, folks. Let's flip and go. Activist Victor cannot push into that scenario. So it brings the copters back. And you know what? This is actually a really smart move by Activist Victor, because even if you did move in, and let's say if you attack the medium tank, you're not going to be able to destroy the medium tank. And considering Alexa is just playing as Andy here, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're going to be able to get the medium tank, best case scenario, down to 4. And it just heals up to 9. And if you get it down to 4, then you fill up Alexa's bar all the way to here, pretty much. Yeah, it's not... I mean, you're basically just guaranteeing Alexa to have insane tempo of being able to threaten a hyper upgrade attack at any point. Like right now, Elixir could go in for an attack, but it's not guaranteed that he's going to be able to get hyper upgrade off of that attack. But going in for the attack will guarantee it. Plus, you lose 2 copters to fighter plus 2 copters. So, yeah. No, that's a pullback turn right there. Mosquitoes didn't want to bite the big classy boy. Indeed, Chevy. Indeed. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Bum, 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 bum. Flipping adder's theme, folks. So good. Okay, so at this point, you have to abandon the idea of being able to capture Melody's HQ. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, Elixir's got far too much presence up there. I think at this point, what do you even do? Because you can't retreat out of the middle base and attack the other middle base from blue and green's perspective here. Because if you do, I mean, if you move these guys in and go over here, then these guys rush you. So really, like, what do you do in this situation? I think you have to attack this. More than anything, that's what kind of has to happen. I mean, what's the vehicle count here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 2 max. So 6 vehicles. Like 7 vehicles versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then a lot of mechs. Like, this and this will probably beat this if they actually push in and start fighting. So I think that's probably their best bet. I mean, even if he swung the battlecopters down here too, I think that's probably, like, that would be your best bet to win at this point, is you have to move in with these guys and you have to attack over here. And then you just have to bunker down over here. Like, you can't just... I think that's what has to happen. Maybe. I don't know. That would be my thought. If I was playing this game, that's what I would say. I'd be like, we have to hit this base over here. But then the fine Melody builds a soiled abomination. Ah. Gross. We thought they may have a chance to go for the middle bases, but it was not looking good. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I think that would probably be it. I mean, even with the second soiled abomination there, I mean, if you build something else, then yeah, that's pretty much what you would do. What you would have to do. I mean, building the medium tank, classiest unit from Active is a Victor over here. Beautiful medium tank. But do you build a medium tank at this point? Like, at this point, I think you kind of maybe just want to... I would consider building, like, some rockets. Get some rockets over there. Get the indirects going. You gotta zone them out. But at this point, too, if Elixir builds a rocket and goes over here, that's insane. Actually, if Elixir builds a rocket and just goes over here, too, that zones out this area right here. Oh, my God. You know what? A rocket would end this game. 100% a rocket would end this game. Because you just put the rocket there. That zones out the back line, and then you just go in for a full push. That's it. Game over. 100% game over. Like, there's nothing you can do to come back from that. Let's see what they do, though. Let's see. Let's test it out. Test the waters. All right, we are just slowly moving forward. Elixir builds a bomber. That's the only thing that happened this turn. He built a bomber. That's it. And then Activist Victor resigns. Yeah, he resigns. Yeah. No, that's fair. What do you do? What do you do, though? You know? What do you do in that situation? Elixir and the Fine Melody, their army is just too big. It's too big. and they can easily go in here. Like I said, if there's a rocket that destroys the back line, yeah, that's it. GG, well played. The rocket plate never crossed my mind. It would have been so strong. Yeah, I think it would have been. Would have probably been, at least. I mean, obviously you can get the rocket up here, but rocket up here, like, if you're trying to push this base really hard, it'd be super good. Like, honestly, I didn't even really think about it personally. It was not until that one game that we saw where I realized just how strong it would be. Scandalous. Scandalous is teaching us the ways. How do you enter the tournament? Well, Lemon, the tournament is actually closed now. But it was a tournament that was hosted by Valior on the official Advanced Wars by Web Discord. But he also started recruitment on my Discord. But if you join the Advanced Wars by Web Discord or my Discord, link in the description below, I think, at least. I might have put it in there. Yeah, then sometimes we host these tournaments, but the Discord does do a lot of different tournaments. Lots of different people do host them, so you just have to kind of look out for them. Sometimes, every once in a while, they're announced, and then you just you either sign up on whatever sign-up sheet that they have available, or you just message the organizer and say that you want to participate. Yeah, that's about it. No problem. Alrighty, folks, the very last match of the night that I have for you, it is actually 12:18. Holy moly, it is actually super late. Well, I wonder if we should do the last match or not. Yes, we should. You know why? Boom! Folks, would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Who is this guy? Who is this guy right here? He's probably just some noob. Some noob, some dork. I don't even know who that guy is. Anyways, we have Mr. Cannon and GV Anna as the Tank Bank. That is who we are, folks. We're the Tank Bank, and we're playing Mr. Soulforent and Mr. Sin. I think the name is something like Sin for Rent. Very cool. So we got a double Andy, and then a Sammy and a Lash. So we have a little bit of everything in here, folks. A little bit of everything. But I was super excited about this game. Very good. Anna and I have been talking for quite some time, and we were always like, as soon as we have some sort of a 2 versus 2 scenario, we gotta be teaming up. And I was like, yeah, of course we do. Of course we have to be teaming up. The heroic Soulforent and Sin on deck versus the villainous Mr. Cannon and GB Anna. Indeed. Perspectives are a thing, folks. You're always the enemy of somebody else's story, or the villain of somebody else's story, and the hero of your own. So anyways, we got a pretty cool game here, folks. So let's see. Sin. It's going to be purple. So that's what we got going on here, folks. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this final match. This is going to be the last match that I will cover tonight. Because, yes, it's getting late. And I want to do at least one run of Elden Ring Night Rain before I go to bed. Because I'm addicted to that game. Love it. Anyways, Sin deck. For those of you that don't know, folks, every single person in this battle here is actually a content creator of some sort. So, me, obviously, I'm semi-original guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web. Soulforent is Soulforent, who actually does very, very cool videos over on his channel, but is also on the map committee in Advanced Wars by Web, and has also hosted a number of different events over on his channel, which is incredibly cool, and is currently doing a charity match against Jaytaquin, where you can donate to the match to have certain things happen on the board. So if you want to donate to that match, you can get in contact with Mr. Soulforent, or I believe it's NC Ghost on the official Discord, and you can donate to that. And I think the proceeds go to what is it called? Soul. I know it's AWBW, but I can't remember what the acronym stands for. By the way, the proceeds do go to charity, so it's very cool. Soul for Rent is a big charity buff, and I think he deserves lots of praise for it. So I'll give Mr. Soul for Rent a hand for being a super cool, awesome guy. All right, and then we also have Syndak, and Syndak just recently started making Advanced by Web videos, but instead of doing like your traditional replay analysis, he's been doing a lot of like tribute videos to different players on the site. Like I think he's got one for Poland right now, and I think he did one on the Lagatua. I think it was the Lagatua. But A Window Between Worlds is the charity. It's for art therapy. Yes, that's right. That is right. And then Giviana does streaming over on Twitch every once in a while. Doesn't really stream that often, but if you're lucky, you might catch her every once in a while. Mostly streams, what is it called? A Squid Game. Splatoon. Mostly the Splatoon and Celeste. That's what she does. Some very cool stuff over there. Alright, so what did I miss in the chat here? This must be a win for you. Can't wait to know who wins the game. I have no idea who wins the game. Well, actually, I do. They should consider doing badges for these types of tournaments instead of just Advanced Wars by Web hosted ones. Yeah, that would be cool too. That would be cool. Unfortunately, I guess it just takes a lot of work. But the Advanced Wars by Web site has lots and lots of tournaments where you do get cool badges. Unfortunately, I will never win one of those badges because I am god-awful at this game. Despite the fact that I am a fairly decent player, I will never be able to win. Long term. Because whenever I'm playing a tournament, I'll do like move planning and stuff for the first like two rounds, and then on the third round I'll just give up on move planning and just start yeeting. And then I always just lose by like round 3 or 4, and then you know what? That's just what happens, and I'm okay with it because I don't really care that much. Alrighty, folks. So as we can see here, we have some moves going on here, lots and lots of moves. All right, so Mr. Cannon, aka semi-original guy, I'm going for this property right here. Why am I going for this property instead of this property? I have no idea. I just thought it was a good move. Going for the back properties over here, grabbing that one, grabbing the airport. That's about it, folks. Bada bing, bada boom. And I build a tank. Standard tank of the game. Soul for Rent goes for the airport. It's almost like he might be planning. He might be planning. Possibly building some air units. I don't know. He might be planning. He might be plotting it. He might be thinking about busting out the mosquitoes, folks. But Syndak has a different plan, folks. He buys a mech. This man is a man of mechs. The man of many mechs, indeed. And he buys an artillery. And as soon as I saw the artillery, folks, I'm like, oh, man. I know what this guy's doing. I know what he's planning. He's plotting. He's thinking about coming over here and grabbing the HQ. That's what he's planning. And then Giviana busts out a mech. A mechanized infantry and a recon. Got a recon on the field here, folks. Second recon of the tournament. Now, as we remember from the previous game, Scandalous's recon got insane amounts of value all over the battlefield. So we'll see if this recon follows suit and also gets extreme value all over the battlefield. Alright, so I move the tank over, go and capture a property and bust out an artillery of my own. I don't really know why, but I had 13,000 funds, and it just seemed like the right thing to do. So buy an artillery, buy a tank, get all your money on the field. Alright. Soul for Rent is going for a comm tower now. And this is a comm tower which we cannot interrupt. So he is guaranteed to get the comm tower. And he's guaranteed to have lots of firepower. Lots of anti-firepower. It's very sad, very scary, very intimidating. And Anna, what do we do? Anna grabs a property, moves the mech forward, builds an artillery. 8,000 money left in the bank. Moves recon forward. Anti-air, folks. Builds the anti-air. And why do we build the anti-air? I can't remember. But we were planning on doing something with it. Probably involving the airport. Just to make sure that we don't have to fight off any pesky mosquitoes. So as we know, mosquitoes are super annoying in Advance Wars. Alright, I also moved the tank over here just so there's not any cheeky interrupts that happen over here. Now, thinking about it like later on, if Sindek did move in with his infantry and attack, well then he just loses the infantry and he loses one of the units on the front lines there. But Seoul also has a battlecopter moving in, which is kind of also annoying. Very, very annoying. So, we'll see what this annoying little battlecopter decides to do. As he has progressed to purchasing more tanks. More tanks on the field. Double tanks this turn too. Now we see a Sindek moving in with 2 artillery. Like, we know what this man is up to. He's plotting over here. And it's very obvious what he's plotting. He's got a plan. And his plan involves getting the HQ. Like, without a doubt. So, me being the starry-eyed, happy little Andy over here in the corner, I only have one job. One job, and that is to protect the HQ. That's the only thing I need to do. The HQ is under my protection, and I will do whatever I can to make sure that I keep it safe. Yep, that's right, Chevy. Mechanarity. Alright, also the recon gets some value by attacking the infantry down south. Alright, being very defensive over there in the top corner. Don't really have a whole lot of units to progress up north yet, but we go down here and we do some damage. Now, I also put this guy here. I don't remember the reason why I put this guy here, but there was a reason for putting this here. I just don't remember what it is. I'm not going to go back and think about it or check messages or anything. But Sulfurant and Sin are getting extremely threatening. But Sindek busts out the classiest unit in Advances by Web, folks. Classy medium tank. I almost resigned right here at this very moment because I was just awestruck by the absolute glory of this medium tank. It was so beautiful. I saw it pop up and I was just like, you could just hear the symphonies in my head just going off. It was absolute glory and it was beautiful. Alright, Battlecopter already infantry by over here from Anna. And right now, what we're just trying to do is we're just trying to occupy as much space as we can. We're trying to spread out. We're trying to make it so that Sin and Soul just can't push out and get into our space. That's the only thing we're trying to do. Go in and block the infantry so that it can't be interrupted as well. Buys the anti-air. And that's it. But that's pretty much it. Occupying space. Being big. That's all we're doing. We're just being big. Alright, then Soul goes up. Smacks an infantry right in the face. Has 3 tanks on the field and then goes in for another comm tower. And now, Sulfurant is threatening 3 comm towers. Like, if this man gets 3 comm towers, not even Rip himself would be able to destroy him. Sulfurant with 3 comm towers would gain so much power. He would be like Shang Tsung at the flippin' Soul Well, sucking in the powers of 1,000 warriors, ready to unleash that power and havoc upon the world. That's what he would do. He would be unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. Also, put this battlecopter here specifically so that this anti-air would move up here and attack it. That wasn't a misclick or anything, folks. We had it planned out. We wanted the anti-air to move up because we wanted the anti-air gone. So sacrificing the copter to move the anti-air up, all part of the plan. All part of the plan. It was all for the charge, folks, because we get a double attack right there. And we get an attack on the infantry. Copter moves in, gets a little interrupt. And then we start formulating the walls. I would have gotten it too if it weren't for that meddling kids. Exactly. I would have gone away with it too. Alright. So I do have a plan here, or a minor plan. So the plan is also, we can't win. So we're just not even gonna fight it. That's that's the plan. We can't win down south, there's no point of fighting it. And we're just moving our way out. Occupying space. Sol for Rent's turn. Sol moves in, attacks an infantry, and now he's going for the comm tower. He's gonna get the comm tower too. So he's gonna be 2 out of 3 comm tower Sol for Rent. Like, he's almost at the peak pinnacle of human perfection right now. And he builds the Soiled Abomination, folks. Right before he was at the pinnacle of perfection, he decides to get himself filthy, covered in soots and poo. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Anyways, I saw this Neo tank pop up, and I think I said something. I had some kind of a message. What did I say? Where is it? Where is it? I said this. What is that smell? Ah! Absolutely disgusting. Anyways. Hello, Skinori. Howdy yourself, Mr. Classy Gentleman. I had 4 town comm towers versus to 0 versus Talkman, but still lost. That is true. I mean, that is the curse of Icarus, right? I mean, you fly too close to the sun and you fall down and go splat. I think probably my funnest comm tower experience was, what is that flipping map? There is some high funds map, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's a bunch of straight islands, and it's got 4 comm towers on the island, and it's all over the place, and it's mixed base. But I remember one time I was playing that map and I was cold, and I captured all 4 of the comm towers, and it was very fun. 4 comm tower coal. Great time, folks. Absolutely great time. Wonderful time. Yeah, that was an absolutely crazy game. I'm very sad that you didn't win that game, Alexa. You definitely had a good match. You had a lot of potential. I was rooting for you the entire time. Alright. So at this point in the game, I was getting slightly nervous. I was getting slightly nervous about the potential push towards the HQ. So I saw this big chunk of units, and I'm like, this might be bad. So I'm trying to prepare my brain for the potential terrors that could happen. Yeah, just need some more comm towers, that's all. 4 comm towers, not enough. Needs 6. Wait, there is a map. What's that map that has 6 comm towers? I remember I saw that map. It's terrifying. 6 comm towers. Like, oh my god. Alright, Syndek's turn now. He's built the classiest unit in Advanced by Web. And he's just moving the classy boy forward and attacking my infantry. And he's going to be stealing my properties. And because he's Sammy, I can't stop the capture. And there's also very little that I can do to stop my comm tower from being captured right now. Yeah, so not much that I can do here. It's not much that I can do. So we've been move planning, folks. We've been move planning for a long time here. I attack the classiest unit in Advancers by Web. And I build the classiest unit in Advancers by Web, folks. Classy medium tank is on the field. Here we flippin' go. This is what it's all about, folks. This is what Advanced Wars is all about. It's all about building the classy medium tank exactly when you need the classy medium tank. If your opponent builds Neo tanks to counter your classy medium tanks, well, you know what you do. You just buy more medium tanks, folks. That's what you do. Now, we really, really, really needed to buy this medium tank because, as we can see here, Sulfurent has bought a medium tank of his own. So he's got himself a good ratio right now, folks. He's got some classy, there's some stink on the field, but he's starting to redeem himself right now. We do love the medium tanks. That is white. That is right, Women Respecter. Also, we covered your game, Women Respecter. I don't know if you saw it, but fantastic game, fantastic win. Quite the show indeed. Quite the show indeed. Alright, so it is now Sindek's turn. Sindek, just as soon as the most sinister music of all time starts to play, folks, he moves in with his army and he attacks. Absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying, folks. This is the first game where we have seen... Actually, no, not the first game. This is the second game where we have seen the cruiser get attacked. And this is a very, very dangerous situation. As we can see here, folks, Sulfurent and Sindek are both pushed in incredibly far. So what do we do? What do we do in this situation, folks? Could have had some mech money moves with it if I had played better, but we did clutch out the victory. Indeed. Indeed you did. Alright, so Giviana moving in, doing the damage, acquiring a comm tower, and we go in for the double attack on the medium tank. Then we occupy more terrain, and then this is the genius level of big brain power of the tank bank, people. We destroy our own cruiser. We destroy it. It is gone. It is out of here, folks. And this allows for Mr. Cannon, aka semi-original guy, to move in and do some stuff here, folks. So we are going to eliminate an infantry, go for some captures, destroy that thing, and then go over here and attack. By doing this attack, we secure the HQ, and it is safe. It is safe, and we don't have to worry about it. And also, we're doing these incredibly annoying moves to Mr. Sulfurent, like putting a battlecopter right in front of Sindek's anti-air, so that this anti-air can't attack this, which is very cool. Very cool. Now, I was actually thinking that, you know, it is actually possible that Soul could probably move this battlecopter over here and then attack with the Soul Abomination and maybe be able to get the clear on this. I think it would probably actually work, which could result in him moving in with this and doing some more damage over here. But I was like, yeah, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. It's probably not going to happen. But the 4 HP infantry gets the clear on the 1 HP medium tank, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that indeed. Alright. Giga Chat is indeed correct. Alright, so fortunately, Sulfurent did not see the move that I thought that he might see. But he does destroy my artillery, which is very unfortunate. Builds a second Soiled Abomination. What is going on here? What is this man doing? Sin destroys a battlecopter. So Anna and I have definitely had some losses with that attack, but I think the losses in this situation were definitely justified because we secure the HQ, and now we don't have to worry about the threat of the HQ. And now I get to do one of my favorite things to do in Advanced Wars by Web, and that is destroy a Neo tank. And it is going to happen, folks, because we have just gotten Prime Tactics, allowing GVN to go in here and cause massive carnage all over the map, getting multiple clears, taking out a battlecopter, and getting a full flipping movement bonus here. And then I go in, eliminate a couple people, move this around, do the hyper upgrade, because I want to do a couple extra moves here, get a couple extra points of damage, move the battlecopter in, get a clear here, go in and get that. Medium tank moves over there, bada bing, bada boom. And then, very last thing, is I build a medium tank, and then I move on with the battlecopter and destroy the Soiled Abomination, folks. Destroy it, took it out. And then Sulfurant activates a hyper repair, moves in, eliminates a few units, one-shots an anti-air like it's a flippin' piece of paper. 2 infantry cannot take out a 150% defense infantry on a forest. It just can't happen. It's impossible. Sindek uses the Super Co-Power, and this is actually a pretty dangerous situation because Sin has a lot of properties that he's able to grab here. So as we see here, Sin has acquired multiple properties, is now sitting at 24,000 funds per turn. That is a lot of money. I think that might be the most amount of properties that we've seen anybody have in the game so far. But on day 13, Anna is able to get a clear on the medium tank and a clear on the tank. And then we just push in, folks. We just occupy the terrain. We move right in here. And she builds a medium tank, folks. 4 scops in a row. Non-stop scoppage all around here, folks. And also, there's no point of fighting down south. So we pull out. We pull out down south and we just start hammering in the front lines here. Use the battlecopter to block the classy boys so that we don't have to worry about that. Soul Ferent moves in, attacks the classy boy with the Neo tank, and then he resigns. And that is it, folks. The villains, aka the heroes, managed to defeat the villains, aka the heroes, in this game. But that was a pretty wild game. The flippin' Prime Tactics, folks. GVN busted out the Prime Tactics in just the right moment, and it did so much damage. It was wild. Absolutely wild. Crazy game. Well played, Soul and Sin. A lot of fun playing that match. Now, unfortunately, I'm fairly certain that we are probably going to have to face the Red Flash next round, which is Star Flash and the Red James 5. So, yes, we're definitely going to defeat those people and send them to the crying corner where they will cry extensively for hours on end. So it'll be absolutely wonderful. Now, I do have one minor announcement, folks. So, the Advanced Wars by Web community over on the Discord are doing a year-end event where they're hosting an award show. And they want people to go in and vote for their favorites of favorites. So this is over on the Discord. And I probably should have actually had a link to it, but I did not have a link to it. So maybe I will try to find that link real quick here. And then I will do something about that. So let's see. Where is it? I know it's somewhere. Let me find it. It's around. But anyways, so Advanced Wars by Web has never actually done like an award show like this or anything. Now, obviously there's no like, I don't think there's like anything like serious going on with it or anything, but it's just a way that you can show your appreciation to all the people in the community that do wonderful things. Now, there we go. I will post the link in the chat here. I'm probably actually going to put it in the description here, but I didn't think about it before. But you can just go there and you can vote for whoever you want. So whoever your favorite of the favorites are, vote for those people because they deserve it extensively. And it would be absolutely wonderful. But aside from that, folks, we are going to be having the holidays here pretty soon. So after the holidays, I will be posting the 5 or 6 low funds tournament videos going all the way up to the New Year's. And then in the New Year's, I think we're probably going to be playing Wargroove. And we're going to try Wargroove for the first time. So that'll be super fun. And in addition to that, if I actually, well, I should probably do it. But tomorrow I think I will probably be streaming more of the ROM hack Back in the Black. And we'll try to get that done. And then by that time, it'll basically be Christmas, you know? And then we'll all be getting all fat and sassy, and it'll be a great time. But anyways, folks, that's going to be it. That's all the games that I have for you today. When more of the matches actually start to conclude, I will probably revisit it and show more matches. And it'll be a good time. So, aside from that, folks, hopefully you all enjoyed. And if you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves. And bye-bye for now.